Hi everyone. Good morning. What's up? What's up? How are you guys doing? Hi, welcome, Signora. Welcome, BB. How's everyone doing? Happy Saturday. When you join, let me know what you are doing. Are you relaxing? If you're relaxing, I envy you. I wish I were you. And if you are working or you're cleaning or you're doing your makeup or you're getting ready to go out, whatever it is you're doing, just let me know in the comment section. Can you guys hear me and see me well? Signorina, okay. That's a signora. Signorina. You're doing house chores. Oh wow. So okay, so you guys can hear me and see me well. Okay, so I won't waste too much time with introductions because people watch this on replay. So I'm just going to dive right into the topic of today, and that is my unpopular opinion about the Leeds British International School Saga, the what they call the name, the bullying videos that trended and all the accusations and all the aftermath of that video being aired or released to the public or whatever. And then I'm also going to talk about my personal experience with bullying in secondary school. I think I'll start with my personal experience first because that one is actually interesting, and I can be talking while I'm doing my makeup. And also, if you have personal experiences to add, like you want to share your own personal experience with bullying or stuff like that, if you were a bully as well and you want to come and share, you're free to share. Yeah, so I'll share the link when it's time for you guys to call in. But yeah, I want to share my experiences first before I talk about that um the video that trended, and then you guys can actually share your experiences as well. Hi Chi, hi It with Jakwa. Thank God you guys are here now, so we can just dive right in. At least where two or three are gathered. Lolita's view, hi. Okay, so let me start from the beginning. I'm going to be doing my makeup. I'm going to be doing it in a different way. I'm used to doing my makeup by doing my base first, then doing my eyes, then doing my lips. But today I'm going to start with my brows first because I bought new brow product and I'm like, I want to try it out. I want to try out all these things I've been seeing online. Um, okay, yeah. So I bought one sculpting brow shaping wax. I bought it from TikTok shop. So I want to know if it's good. And I'll start with my brows. Okay. So let me start with, the history. Went to I attended Nigerian Navy Secondary School or JO for those who live in Lagos or have heard about it. Or even if you don't live in Lagos, even if you live in, I think they have schools in Port Harcourt. No, I think they have in Port Harcourt, they have in Abeokuta, and they have in, I think it's Lagos, Abeokuta, and Port Harcourt. I don't know if they have other schools. That is Nigerian Navy. I don't know if they have other schools, but yeah. So I attended Nigerian Navy Secondary School, and it wasn't actually my first secondary school. When I moved, because we lived in Abuja, we grew up. I was born in Lagos. We moved to Abuja in 1994. I did my primary school in Abuja. Then we moved back to Port Harcourt. We moved back to Lagos in 1999, or is it 98? In 1999, that's when we moved back to Lagos. So when we got to Lagos, I attended because we live in Festac. So I attended Festac, two schools actually. I attended Festac Grammar School and Festac College for my JS1. And then my parents wanted me to go to Nigerian Navy because my brother was in Nigerian Navy and it was a better school. So my parents now decided to put me in Nigerian Navy and they weren't accepting direct entry. So I had to write common entrance again and I entered JS1. So I did JS1 twice essentially in three different schools. So when I was in Festa College, Festa Grammar School, I was going from home. I didn't have any experience with bullying, to be honest. I was going from home anyway. So Yeah, like I can't really say I was in JS1. I don't really have any experience with bullying. I didn't even have experience with seniors like that because I know that when I was because we used to walk to school, right? I know that I had some seniors that used to walk to school with me or walk back home with me. We were all friends. We are all normal. It's not about friends or we are not. There was no senior junior kind of relationship. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I can remember about Festa Grammar School and Festa College. But when I now got to Nigerian Navy, right off the bat, as you're entering the school, you can tell that this one is different. First of all, the disciplining there was just too much. I won't even call it disciplining. The punishment, the beatings, the floggings. I'm talking about from staff, okay, from the naval officers that worked in the school, from the teachers. In fact, it was mostly naval officers that were this wicked, right? Once you enter that school, that's one of the first things that greets you. That you just know that okay, this is a school where beating, flogging, punishment was very, very normal. And then seniority, like from JS1, a JS2 student already bullying a JS1 student. It was just that was the culture in that school. And somehow, because I was a day student in JS1 and I think JS1 to 3. I think I was a day student from in JS1, JS2, and JS3. But in JS3, we had this we like call it summer school for people that want to go to people that want I think it's summer school or something like that. Like people that are about to write exams. So both those in JS3 and those in SS3 that want to write, is it junior WAEC, junior and senior WAEC, or was it, I don't know, NEC or whatever. Those people, we had a summer school. So that summer school, I became a boarder during that summer school. That's when I started living in school. And that was when I started to see Shege. So after that, after living in school during that summer period, I now continued being a boarder in SS1, SS2, and I think I stopped being a boarder in SS2. I think I was a day student in SS3. Can't remember, but I know I stopped at some point being a boarder because that school was terrible. Now, if you know me, if you know my personality, I am not a very, I don't know, I'm not a jaga jaga person. So you will not see me fighting. I hate rough play. I hate rough play. I hate both organized rough play and play rough play. By organized rough play, I mean what they call the name? Sports. Okay. So I hate rough play. Don't touch me, I will not touch you. Don't paint me, I will not paint you. Like, I don't want. Okay. I remember in school then people always wanted me to play one sport or the other. Even in university, I should come and play basketball, come and play volleyball. You have long hands, you're tall, you're this. I'm like, nobody should push me. I will not push anybody. I'm that kind of person. I've never been a fighter. I've always been a lover. Okay. So even when I entered school, I was never that person that would bully younger students. It wasn't an interest of mine. In my house, if you even look at me and my siblings, the way we grew up always playing. There wasn't really that seniority amongst me and my siblings. We all had 2 years age difference anyway, but we didn't have that seniority amongst me and my siblings. Even my mom did not encourage it. My parents did not encourage that thing. So in fact, in my house, I was almost like the old. I wasn't the oldest. I have an elder brother, but because I'm a girl, you guys know how it is in African homes. So I had a lot of responsibilities on my head, but it wasn't like I was treated differently or made to punish my younger ones or anything. So when I now enter school and seniority was up and down, punishment, bullying, I did not get it. Okay, I did not get it, and I was a little bit timid. Let me even just say, I was a little bit timid. I wasn't someone who liked to fight. So if you look for my trouble, I will not try to fight you back. I will not try to do anything back. I'll just take it like that. Yeah, the highest fight I'll do is argue with you or insult each other, that kind of thing. But that's for my mate. So, but I will not try to fight or try to beat anybody or try to punch anybody or try to look for ways to hurt somebody. It wasn't my nature. It has never been. It will never be. We thank the Lord for that. However, when you are in a boarding school that is the norm, sorry for you. Okay, sorry for you. You don't like fight. You don't like bullying. You don't like sorry for you because they will deal with you and deal with me they did. Okay, so When I was in JS3, because it was just JS3 and SS3, and I was just entering boarding school at that time, it wasn't that bad, okay? It wasn't that bad. The SS3 students, if you know how schools are, SS3 students don't really care like that, you know. It's like they've done all their rubbish, so, and they're the outgoing set, they are concentrating on exams, so they don't really care that much. Is SS2 students, oh my goodness, SS2 students have always been a problem. In any set, every set always feels like their set was the worst set. Okay, every set is like that in schools. The same thing with NYSC. Every NYSC set, you feel like your set is the worst. They talk about how you feel like the previous set was the worst. They talk about how they caught a married woman with a soldier. They caught That's how it is. Okay, so but in secondary school, you always feel like your set was the worst set. So in my set then, by the way, you guys remember to share this video, like this video, and invite your friends to join as well. So in my set then, now when I was in JS3, I didn't really have that much problem with seniors. Those ones were just minding their own business, looking for boys up and down. We didn't have, oh, by the way, only girls were boarders. Only girls were boarders. Before, it was boys and girls boarding, boys and girls day students. But at some point, I think they said so many things happened. They removed boys from the boarding school and that if you wanted to be a boy in a boarding school, you had to go to Abeokuta, but if you want to be a day student, you remain in Ojo. So we had boys in our school, but they were not boarders. So during that, break, it was just mostly SS3 students, talking about boys, just being involved with boys up and down. Even some one of the staff sons was always organizing parties, and the girls would go for the parties. I remember one time we even left our hostel to go and watch them in that party. They off flight to pressing themselves. And imagine us now, just 3 students, we were just watching. It was like, wow, what is happening here? That was even my first time seeing anything like that. I was like, they off flight, they press themselves. So I remember girls even wore bandana as top for that party. But anyway, I digress. So I didn't really have that much experience with seniors dealing with juniors. I just knew I've just had like little experiences here and there during school, during my JS1 and JS2. Anyway, so when I now entered SS1, oh my god, that was when not even SS1, that JS3, when we now resumed school and we were now all boarders in school, like everybody resumed after that break. That was when I now saw I saw Iwa. No, they means to see Iwa. Seniors will send me a lot. Like I was always, funny enough, I never really experienced bullying in the sense of stopping me and just beating me up or stuff like that, or pushing me, or I didn't really experience that kind of bullying because I wasn't even a small person. So physically, I don't think people thought it was wise to come at me physically, even though if you had come at me physically, you for beat me, because I don't like fights and I don't even have the anger to use my energy to fight. Do you understand? Like, so that's why they say it's not about the size of the dog in the fight, it's about the fight in the dog, right? So I don't have that much anger in me as a human being to actually fight the way I should. So even though I have the physical strength or size or whatever, I don't have the anger to deal with you the way I should deal with you, except in few cases. So there are cases where I can summon that anger, but I don't think I've ever really summoned it like that, right? So I was always getting sent, and the way I do things, I'll get to SS1. SS1 was the main part where it was like, no, I can't take this anymore. In fact, my mom came to school to come and fight. I'll get to that gist. So the way I do my things, when I was in school, I always had complete uniforms. Like my mom used to sew anyway. So my mom would make uniforms for me. So I always had like 7 shirts. We used to wear white shirts and blue pinafore, or white shirt and blue skirts. So my mom would make extra, aside these 2 that school gives, my mom would make extra uniforms for me. So I always had like 7 shirts, 4 skirts, or 5 skirts. I always had so many uniforms. So anytime I want to wash, I'll wash all my uniforms, iron all of them. Like people will be sleeping, I'll be ironing uniforms, making sure all my uniforms are ready. So throughout the week, I don't, wash clothes like that or iron clothes like that. Okay. I always had water. That's one thing I used to remember then. Even in university, I always had the same thing. I've never been a person that will lack water. It doesn't matter how water is being funny in school. I'm one of those people that will wake up 2 a.m. to go and fetch water, because I never used to lack water. I never used to lack clean uniforms. Okay. So for some reason, I think that some seniors noticed that, and they used to send me a lot to either fetch water for them or to iron their uniforms or wash and iron their uniforms. And me, mumu me na at that time, when you give me your uniform to wash, I'll go and wash it the way I wash my own. If I had known, I didn't have the heart to be stupid, okay? I will wash your uniform the way I wash my own, clean it very well, iron it, and send it back to you. So it's like, oh my goodness, laundry, free laundry. I didn't know I was dealing with myself. Free laundry. Imagine being in school now and having a student that can wash and iron uniform that is that perfect. And imagine we were all junior students. Hey, it was like people were like, opportunity. So anyway, aside that, I knew how to make hair, and our seniors were making hair. I think when I got to SS1, they allowed. No, yes, okay. In school, then from SS1, you're allowed to make hair. But I know that in my set, in SS1, we were making hair. After a while, they now stopped it. So we had to cut our hair. So when we were all making hair, I used to make my seniors' hair. They will call me to make hair. I think I started from making my classmates' hair, and they will now ask them who made your hair. They will say that this. They now start calling me to make hair for them. And me, instead of me to say no, instead of me to make rubbish hair, no, I will make your hair the way I will make my friend's hair. So I used to make hair. I remember then weekends, like this Saturday and Sunday, I'll be making hair throughout. From one senior to the other. They'll not even pity me as far this one has tried though. She has been making hair since. Don't pity me, oh, yeah. Pity for what? You don't know that children can be evil. Nobody used to pity me then. No, I will make hair, make hair, make hair. I'll be so tired. It got to a point where there was one time I think I now started saying, okay, if I continue like this, I don't even know what I'm doing now with this my eyebrow. I think I now realize that if I continue like this, I'm going to I'm going to not have time for myself. I'm going to, I'm going to basically like just be suffering all the time. I then decided that I would be running away on the weekends. So what I started doing was Saturday morning like this, early in the morning, I'll wake up, I'll have my bath, I will run to commandant's area. Our commandant is like a principal, right? Like the principal of a school. So I'll run to this area. That area is like a secluded area. It's where we have offices and the commandant's office. So people don't really go there. So I'll just get up early in the morning, Saturday morning. I'll dress up, have my bath, carry my things, and run there. I will only come back when it's time for lunch. I'll now go to dining hall straight, eat lunch, and run back there. That was the only way I could survive in school. Oh. But sometimes they still used to catch me. Sometimes they used to catch me when I'm about to run away. They will catch me and I'll start making hair. I'll make this one's hair. When I'm done making that one's hair, the next person will come. I'll make the person's hair. This is a fellow student too. Fellow student. So it got so bad that the first time I really entered trouble with a student with a senior that they dealt with me was when I was in. I don't want to mention names. Let me not mention names because when we were in secondary school, there are some students that, and the funny part about it now is that I'm sure those students now where they are grown women, they have their own kids, they're living their best life, and people will see them as very good people. I am very sure of that. That's where they are now. Many people are not as foolish as they were in secondary school. They're no longer bullies, they're no longer things like that. So they are living their best life somewhere. People will say, such a nice person, not knowing that this person was a terror. I can't even. Do you know that one time when we were in JS3, what am I even saying? JS3 actually, some of our seniors dealt with us. So, I remember when I was in JS3, SS2 students, so not SS3, SS2. When I was in JS3, there was one time that they said they heard some people from our set, we are bullying the juniors. So they came to punish the whole set. That thing was a horror of my life. I have never seen that kind of punishment and that kind of treatment in my whole life, in my entire life. I've not seen that kind of treatment. So, oh no, I'm missing this story. That happened in SS. That happened in JS2. We were in JS2 when this thing I'm about to tell you guys happened, right? So when we're in JS2, some SS2 students heard that JS2 students were punishing JS1 students, and they're like, you people that just became seniors, you people just entered. Now you want to punish your juniors. They now came to punish all of us. First of all, in my school, they had the schools, is this slogan? Not slogan, what do you call it now? The school's motto, yes, is onward together. Okay, that's the school's motto. So if you are in that school, if you're in Nigerian Navy, I'm sure you guys, if you're in Nigerian Navy, you know this, right? If you're in Nigerian Navy, if one person in your set does something, everybody will be punished for it, even when they know who did it. Even when they know who did it. Yeah, in assembly hall, somebody laughs, everybody is going to be punished. They call it onward together. Nothing like snitch, nothing like it's not me or it's hard. Not like wasted effort. All of you are going to be punished. So yeah, they now came to the hostel to punish all of us. Me that I don't even know anything about seniority. Punish all of us. So I don't even know. I think I'm missing this story because I wasn't a border in JS2. But anyway, whether JS2 or JS3, they came to punish us for allegedly punishing the juniors, right? So they came to our hostel. They had their culprits, that is the people they know for a fact are the ones involved, right? They had their culprits, but they punished the whole set. So we crawled on the corridor, crawled on gravel. They pushed us inside the bathroom. And you know how secondary school bathrooms are. Ew, 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 God forbid. They pushed us inside the bathroom. All of us. So I mean, like, imagine carrying a whole set of students and pushing inside a small bathroom that can only take like five students bathing at a time. Okay. They pushed all of us in the hostel into that bathroom and we're pouring water on us. Dirty water, people's bathing water, people's washing water, people's smelly water. They were pouring water on us. And while they poured water on us, they were stoning us with the buckets, iron buckets. Like they'll carry the water, pour on you, and throw the buckets. Oh God. They punished us throughout that day. I remember what even saved me then was that there's one senior that I don't know call her name. There was one senior that that was my brother's class. My brother was 1 year ahead of me. So there was one senior, no, not 1 year, 2 years. So there was one senior. Yeah, this story I'm telling is actually in JS3 because my brother was in SS2, this senior was in SS2, and it was SS2 students that were punishing us. So this student, this senior came and saw me. I was like, "Are you not OD's sister?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "No, stand up, stand up, stand up." That she knows me, and I'm not that kind of person that because of my brother. So that was how I was saved from so much punishment. Okay, but I still collected. It's not like I didn't collect. I collected enough punishment, but because of her, it wasn't as bad as it could have been. It didn't stop there. After all the punishments, then that night they took some of the students that they felt were the culprits, took them to one room, told them to be slapping each other. Oh, I can never forget that experience because we were hearing the cries from our rooms. That is, those of us that they told us to go and sleep. Oh, they told all of us to just go to your bed. Everybody don't see anybody. They now took those culprits, took them to one room. They were slapping these girls, telling them to slap each other. And you know how it is now. They'll tell you to slap your friend because all of you are mostly friends, right? They'll tell you to slap your friend. You will now use, heart of compassion. You will now use sweet heart of compassion and slap your friend small so it won't pain too much. They will come and give you the slap of your life. Like if they tell you slap your friend and you now slap pa, they will come and give you a resounding slap that your ears will be ringing for days. When they give you that slap, they'll not tell you that is how you're supposed to slap her. Now go ahead and slap her. So these girls were just slapping each other from our rooms. It was like it's like watching or listening to horror movie. We were in our rooms, covered our heads with blankets. Many people were just shaking because you don't even know they will come and carry us next. They were telling us to slap each other, beating them with T-square. You drawing board and T-square. You guys know now what we use for. That's how I'll give this gist now. I won't do this my makeup. Anyway, you guys know what we use for what is the name? For intro tech, hair, for technical drawing. Drawing board and T-square, they will tell these girls they are using drawing board and T-square to beat these girls because I don't know, just wickedness. So imagine beating somebody with T-square until it breaks on the person's body. So that's what they were doing. They will beat you, beat you, beat you, beat you. The T-square will break. They tell you to go and bring another one. Hey, that's why. See, let me tell you guys something. If you know me, you know I'm not one of those people that used to feel like, oh, believe all women, oh, women are this. So I'm sorry, I'm a woman. Oh, I have only girls, so but I'll be the first to tell you that women can be evil, like evil. I'm not one of those people who count me out. If I say, oh, believe all women, this one, I'm not one of those people. Like me, I want evidence. I want to see evidence. I want it to make sense. I want logic. I want it to make sense because I know that women can be very, very evil, especially to each other. So they will break T-squares on these girls' bodies, tell them to kneel down in gutters. And there was this senior that okay, so in our school, we had a gutter. Not when I say gutter, I don't mean like deep, sewage kind of gutter, but on our corridor, like let's say these are rooms. At the corridor, they kind of sloped it to the center, and there was a shallow gutter. That's what I'll call it, sha. Like a shallow gutter in the middle of the hall, not hall, middle of the corridor, right? That's outside our rooms. So that place, that's where people go and brush teeth and rinse it off. So once you go and brush your teeth there, if you rinse it off from the top, it will flow down to the end. That's how they designed it. So it slopes to the middle, and then the middle is slopes down to the um end of the hostel. So any water you pour there, even people, even anytime we used to have our baths, because we used to have our bath on the corridors. If you have a bath at the corridor, the water will slope to the middle, and that water will now go to the end of the hostel and enter the sewage. Now, a fellow human being told another human being to lie down at the gutter in front. That's where the thing flows to, right? Now, the story would have been okay-ish if it only meant just lie down there, let everybody's water be pouring on you. I would have understood that. Now I can understand it, but I'll just say, okay, you're just very devilish, but okay. This person told her to lie down there, went to the edge and started weeing. Imagine lying down for another person to wee, and the person's warm, disgusting wee is pouring on you. Somebody's child, secondary school student. Now that I'm older, I'm just like picturing it. These are 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds that are doing this rubbish. My dear, my dear sister, forget matter. These are 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds that are doing this rubbish. So they punished these students, did so much to them. It was not funny. It was not funny. That night was such a terrible night. I don't think I'll ever forget it in my life. When these girls came back, you know when Molu a jam person, they look, it's funny, but it's not funny. They looks like people that were hit by a moving train, like a train that is carrying coal, hit these girls. Swollen eye, marks all over their body. You would think they stole and it was jungle justice. What was their crime? They were punishing junior students. They were sending junior students. Now, my question now is, if I even go back now, that logic does not even make sense. Because if you're punishing junior students for being wicked to younger students, why are you now being wicked, more wicked, times 10 wicked to the younger students? Meanwhile, when you were in that class too, you were also wicked to your younger students. The only reason why those girls wanted to come and punish us was because the people that punished the younger junior students that were punished were their school daughters. That's the only reason. It's not because there's this upstanding moral human beings that want to do the right thing, no, or want to correct an error, no. It's just because you punish my school daughter. What is even a school daughter? What is even a school daughter? That thing is even rubbish. Anyway, make I know they vex self. Make I know they vex. So I wasn't part of the people that they punished that night though. Like I received the general punishment, but I wasn't part of the special. I think there were like 6 people or 7. I wasn't part of that special crew, but when they came out, you guys, we felt so sorry for them, pressing their body, putting rub for those that could put rub for, asking them what happened. Like, hey, God, you think it's kidnappers that just released your classmates and, you're not asking them what happened. It was bad. So bullying in that school, Nigerian Navy Secondary School, was terrible. So let me get to my own gist now. So the first time I entered trouble with a senior, like serious trouble where they dealt with me, was there was this senior, well, even namesakes. Okay, I'm going to call her name Adako. If you remember yourself, come and report in the comment section. I hope you watch this video. She's one of those people that had special uniform. So her uniform, normally our uniform was normal short sleeve uniform like this, but her own uniform used to reach here. Like she would sew the hands to be very big to reach here. Her shirt was always very big. Then with her tight skirt, she had a style which was okay. So this, I hope my lighting is not too bright. It's a little bit too bright, but what else? I even made it brighter. So this senior Adako now. Well, not even name 6, I beg. My name is Adezi. But Ada. So apparently this girl now heard word got to her that there was this junior student that was perfect with washing and ironing, whites, and she wanted her whites to be perfect. So somehow she now got word of me, and she invited me to her room and told me to wash her uniforms. Okay. So I washed her uniforms and ironed them the first time. Then the second time, no, I think I did it for her like maybe twice or three times, and I now became like her regular customer. So she will always tell me that I should come to her hostel on Saturday to collect her uniform, or just during the week or something. I can't remember what the arrangement was, but I was like contracted to be her laundry woman. And me, I don't even know. See, it's not good to be like me. Oh, forget all this. Oh, you're so calm. You're so. It's not good. Like I don't know. I don't know. It's my nature, but I don't like it. I don't like it sometimes. In other cases, yes, it's good, but sometimes I don't like it because why on earth is another person turning me into her laundry woman and I'm accepting it? You know, I saw in the comment section of that video where somebody was saying that um that no, I think he did a post saying that how he taught his son not to be bullied was he taught the son that when you get back to school now, you know, fire for fire, before they even slap you, slap them, before they do this one to you. Like he taught the son to go to school and essentially become the bully himself, right? That was the way the son was able to overcome it. Then he now taught the son again that okay, now it is don't allow yourself to be bullied and don't bully anybody, okay? But when I read that his post, in my mind I was like, someone like me, if you like, tell me, sit me down, teach me self how to go to school and fight fire for fire. It no go work. I will still go there and I'll still be calm because that is my nature. In university, they used to call me Gentle Giant. I still remember that name. They used to call me Gentle Giant because I wasn't just that kind of person. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do next. Let me even calm down and think. Okay, I've done eyebrows, so I'm supposed to do my eyeshadow. I think, yeah. No, let me just do my base. Let me do it the way I know I beg, because I'm already confused. Let me do eyeshadow. I don't know. Anyway, so I now had that arrangement with her that every. Please let me open my window. I'm kind of hot. So it's going to be a little bit noisy, but yeah. So, okay. Hey, sorry, I figured out what the problem is. This heater is on. I said, why am I freezing like this? I mean, why am I sweating? The heater here is on. I always put it up. Maybe my husband puts it on. Okay, so I had this arrangement with her that anytime, you know, maybe once in 2 days or every week, I can't remember, but I used to just show up in her room, collect her uniforms, other seniors will add, I will go and start washing. Mind you, in a school where water used to be scarce sometimes. So I always now started having water just for washing other people's clothes. Like I'll have my own, I'll have extra. Because in school, that's one thing I like about my mom, Sha. My mom actually made sure we had everything we needed in excess. So I had several buckets. I several like under my bed just be full of buckets because I'll fill it with water. So I had several buckets. I also had, you know, several uniforms. So by the time I deal with my own uniforms one weekend, I will now spend the rest of my week dealing with seniors' uniforms. So we had that arrangement, and one day I was just tired. I was just like, what kind of life is this? Like, how is this what I came to school to come and do? To come and be somebody's laundry woman? I'm not going to do it again. So I didn't go to her hostel that day to collect her uniform. Then she now sent somebody to come and look for me, or she came to my hostel to look for me and saw me washing. It was a Saturday. So she saw me washing and she was like, so I'm washing. Why didn't I come and collect her uniform to wash? And I said, you know, that I forgot or something like that. I can't remember what after I gave her, but I know that, you know, I tried to explain to her that I forgot, blah, 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 blah. She now sent someone else to go and bring her. Oh, no, 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 no. I remember what happened. No, I remember what happened. Her school daughter, it was her school daughter that saw me washing and told her. She now got angry. She now sent her school daughter to go and bring her uniform. That one now brought her uniforms. Sorry, excuse me. That one now brought her uniforms. Now just threw it at me that I should take the uniforms and wash them and make sure they're ironed and bring them back to her room. Blah, 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 blah. This girl, maybe she was like 14. Now I'm looking back. You know, then we all looked big in our eyes. But now, as a grown adult, I'm like, 14-year-old, as small as you are. Take it, rats like you. 15-year-old, rats. Even 18-year-old too is still a rat to me. Small rat like you. Anyway, threw uniform at me and she make sure I iron it, blah, 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 blah. And she walked away. At that point, I'd already finished washing my uniforms. Because how I used to wash uniforms then was I would soak my whites, then I'll wash my whites. After I finish washing my whites, I would then use the water to wash my rags or something. I think I used to use that soap because I used to add bleach to my white water. So I'll use that water to wash my rags. Then I'll use that same water to wash the soles of my canvas, to wash my canvas, right? Yes, that's what I used to do then. Then I had another water for washing my pinafore and stuff like that. So, so I already washed my white. I was already washing my shoe when she came and dumped that thing for me. No wahala now. As I finished washing my shoe, you can imagine how dirty that water would be. As I finished washing my shoe, I now carried her uniform and put inside that water. Because I was tired, you guys. I was just tired. I was fed up. I carried her uniform and put inside that water. Now, funny enough, if I had washed that uniform and rinsed it and given it back to her, she wouldn't have known, right? But the mistake I made was that I didn't know that the school daughter was still standing somewhere watching me. So as I just put her shirt inside the dirty water like this, that one now came. Hey, so this is the water you want to use and wash Senior Adaku's uniform. I thought that I already finished washing and mind you, they won't give you soap. It's not like they're giving you soap and anything, no. They won't give you soap, they won't give you water, they won't give you bucket, nothing. Just give you uniform as per. I thought I already finished washing now and they don't think I can do about it. So I had to use the same water. Like I wasn't about to go and start fetching new water and then not just fetching new water and then bringing my soap again. I was like, no. That was how she now went to report me. Omo, they finished me. Oh. That senior now invited me to her hostel. They're shouting at me. Why did I do that to her uniform? A whole her. As per a whole her. How let that kind of thing to her? My dear. I was apologizing. Oh, sorry, I won't do it again. This one, that one, that one. They punished me throughout that weekend. I remember kneeling down for a long time in her hostel, in her room. Like, in fact, I knelt down. She forgot me there. She forgot me there. Again, like I said, I've not really faced like actual beating from students, right? But I knelt down. She forgot me there. It was now someone else, one lady. If I remember, I remember her name, but I don't know if I should mention her name. One girl that now came and saw me and said, that why am I still kneeling down here? That's not me that they punished since morning or something. I said, yes, so why am I still here? And I not told her that, well, you don't see him now. I'm still here because this person did not tell me to stand up. She said, I beg I should just stand up and go, Joe. That the person I'm even kneeling down for has forgotten me there. That was how I stood up. Oh. In fact, I stood up with fear because I was like, I beg go, maybe they no come catch me later. I now stood up and now left. So this was like afternoon or even evening safe that this was happening. I now left. That was how the senior the next day now saw me and said that was how she punished me. I had the guts to stand up. I was not trying to explain to her that no, I did not want to stand up. Oh, if the person had told me to stand up, talking to deaf ears. That was how the punishment continued. But although I think after that, though, she didn't punish me again after that. She kept telling me to come to her hostel for punishment. I did not go. And anytime she now says in, I think she just got tired of even trying to punish me. So what she started doing then was anytime she sees me, she'll say, you, I will deal with you. Me, I'll just use fear and walk up past. But she always kept reminding me that she was going to deal with me until she left the school. So she forgot. So that was the first time I had like a serious issue with a student. But I remember one thing then, because I had to still say the good part is, even though I was kneeling down in her room, her and everybody knew what I did because people would come in and say, so it's you that was washing Adaku's uniform with dirty water, blah, 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 blah. Even though many people knew that, some of them felt sorry for me because they knew that me, I was a good. Somebody even said it then that, so that's how I used to wash their uniforms. I used to use dirty water. And I said, no, I was not explaining to them what happened. So because of it, even when I was kneeling down there, many of them came and were now advising me that, I should not do it again. They're just trying to be nice to me, but they were not nice enough to tell me to stand up or to even give me food or anything. Or they were not that nice, but they were just gisting with me and, asking me questions. I remember one day I was telling me that, why am I, she used to call me, hey, there's this word. Hey, what's that word? Is it Beth or something? I think it's Beth. That should not be doing like a Beth. That why do I like do like a Beth? That me, anytime she sees me, that she should feel sorry for me. I should do like a Beth. I say, so she was trying to advise me I should not be like that. That was before the person that told me to stand up now came and told me to stand up. Anyway, so that was my first instance with like serious direct punishment. Every other one was just because they're punishing my whole set, I'll collect punishment because I wasn't a rude person, I wasn't a fighter, I wasn't someone that used to argue a lot. I was just, if you send me a message, I will go and do it for you sharply, fast, promptly. I wasn't the kind of person that would say no or anything. Anyway, so That was the first one. When I now got to SS1, this is the main one that made my mom show up in school. Because before then, now I never really used to report these things to my mom because I was a bod. Okay, even when I was a day student, I didn't experience it much. And then as a border, we didn't have phones or anything now, so there was no way to report it. And by the time you go home on break, you've forgotten about it, you've moved on. Except if something that is really terrible that happens to you, you will not really want to talk about it. So I never reported these things to my mom. So my mom did not know. And the funny thing is that I'm so opposite from my mom because I can't even imagine anybody doing that kind of thing to my mom. Never. You will know if you try her now. And my mom kind of person is very helpful. She's very nice. She's very helpful. But you will not intimidate my mom. You will not bully her. She's a good example of she won't bully you, but you will not bully her. My own is that you won't bully me, but I won't bully you, but you can bully me very well. You can like, very well, self. So or you could not. That's then, not now. So this particular incident, are you guys still here? But I'm gisting myself. I forgot I'm even talking to people self. Yeah, okay, you guys are still here. So sorry, I can't read your comments right now, but I'll get to them, sha. So there was this girl who, funnily enough, had been funny enough. This girl was actually my, how do I describe this person now? We had a family friend that she's the niece to, right? She's the niece of my, or is it, yeah. Okay, so we had a family friend. That family friend's husband's niece. Yes, it's the husband's niece. Because the girl was Yoruba and then my family friend is Igbo. Okay, so and my family friend was married to a Yoruba man. So this girl is the family friend's husband's sister's daughter. So she was in my school. And somehow I think we knew. Because one time that my auntie came to, auntie in quote, we're not related, but she was my auntie. She came to school to see the girl. So that was how we now knew that okay, this one we somehow family friends, somehow. Anyway, but this girl for some reason just didn't like me and just felt like I should be one of those people that she should be dealing with. I don't even know. Now I'm looking back, I'm like, I didn't do anything to you. See, there are people in this life that will just not like you no matter what it is. Like no matter what you do in this life or you don't do, there are people who are put on this earth by the devil not to like you. So I remember this girl just didn't like me and she made it known at every point that she just didn't like me. Every time she's looking for who to send, it's me that she's going to send. She was in SS2, I was in SS1. That's even the funniest part. She was just 1 year ahead of me. Okay. Every time she'll come and make her hair, she'll come and wash her clothes. Oh, my that reminds me. They stopped us from making hair in SS1. That is from our set. That thing was actually wickedness. We already started making hair. If you want to stop students from making hair, won't you at least stop from the JS3? They stopped us already in SS1 from making hair. We had to all go and cut our hair, including some transfer students. And there was this girl. I've forgotten her name. She came from another school with very long, beautiful hair. And she transferred into SS1, and then they now stopped us from making hair. She had to cut her hair. That her hair, the thing really pained every, like even those of us that cut our hair, it pained us more that girl had to cut her hair. So anyway, so they stopped us from making hair. So even though they had stopped us from making our own hair, our seniors were still making hair. So I was still making hair for seniors, even though I didn't have my own hair. It's not even funny. That thing was not nice. Anyway, so I now went to she went and she'll come and make her hair. She'll tell me to go and buy things for her. She'll tell me to go like every time. And her class was beside my class. So we had rows of classes. So you have, let's say, rows of SS1 here. Then you pass the corridor and then you see rows of SS2. So her own class was beside my own class. So anytime time for junior, hey, she'll stand up from the corridor, she'll stand up from her room and call me. I be from her classroom and call me. Me too. I will now waka, leave my class, go to her class and go and buy and take her money and go and buy stuff for her. So there was one day that a naval officer came to our class and told us that nobody should leave the class, that we're about to have, was it a test or something? She was a teacher. Was she a teacher? No. I think either a teacher or something came to our class and told us that we're going to have tests soon. So you know how when they come and announce tests, everybody now start rushing, trying to read, trying to do last minute reading or something like that. This girl now called me that I should come to her this thing and come and buy something for her. And this was like after break. Was it after break or it was break time or something like that? think I can't remember, but I know that we were not supposed to leave our class, and I think break has started, but we're not supposed to leave because even though break has started, where are you going to sit down and do your work? So this girl now called me that I should come and buy something for her. I went there and told her that see, we're not supposed to leave our class. We're supposed to do something like that. We're supposed to have an exam or something like that. Sha. He said, and so I should take her money and go and buy fish roll and drink for her or something like that. She gave me 20 naira or 30 naira, something like that. I think she gave me 30 naira. That I should buy maybe fish roll and drink. And every drink was 20 naira and fish roll was 10 naira. Imagine 30 naira. So she gave me 30 naira. I should go and buy drink and fish roll for her. So me now, being a nice, considerate person, I went to buy the fish roll for her, only for me to get there and fish roll had finished. I think it was after break, maybe just shortly after break had finished. Fish roll had finished. And I remember telling her before I left that a teacher is coming to our class after break for something. No, she said I should leave, I should go. I said okay. So I now went. So they told me that fish roll had finished. They only had drink. I now bought the drink like that and went to her class. When I got there, I gave her the drink and told her that they said fish roll has finished. She said, and so that's why didn't I buy the fish roll for her? I thought it was finished or something like that. She said I should hold the money and immediately I should go back. I can't remember what this how this thing played out. But I remember she told me that she won't collect the money from me and I should go back. I said I cannot go back. My teacher is coming, number one. Number two, there's no fish roll. Say the lie that one student just bought fish roll that the woman has restocked something like that. I should go back and go and buy the fish roll for her. I said I'm not going anywhere. I like take your money now. She refused to take the money from me. And I was standing outside her window. I said, take your money. She refused to take the money from me. Take your money, take your money. She refused. I flung the money at her. I was like, come on, look at out. It's one of those times that the anger that I don't have now, I someone did so. I flung the 20 naira, been at 10 naira. I flung it at her through the window and the thing landed on her. And at that point, I think her biggest anger, because this girl, hey, what happened afterwards shows that that girl was evil. Her biggest anger was I did it during school time when boys were in class, right? And if she had just collected the money from me when if she had collected the money from me when I came to give her, it wouldn't have been such a big deal because people were not really paying attention initially. It was when we started having the back and forth that everybody started turning and started looking. So imagine your whole class paying attention to you and a junior student now flings money at you. And mind you, when we were in secondary, like that, my school, that seniority thing was such a big deal. It was such this plane. You better go and do your own life somewhere else. Oh. I'm not come and be joining my own life. Go and do your own life somewhere else. So it was such a big deal. Junior student, senior student. Now I'm thinking back, I'm like, but why though? But why? What is that? It was such a big deal that you would think I killed her mother. Like the way people took when I threw the money at her, the way everybody gasped, hey, it was like unheard of. Hey, you would think I killed, like I carried gun and shot her mother. She said I just threw the money at her. I just walked away. I didn't even wait for the talk to finish. I just walked away. And when I now got to my class, people in my class were now asking me what happened. I told them what happened. They were like, hey, this particular senior way her head they touch. You had the F13 to do this to her. Hey, you are finished. You are finished. So I just knew that okay, I've entered trouble. No wahala now. Make I do my exam first. I be my test. Make I do that one finish now. And then when we get back to the hostel, we'll deal with what is dealing with us. We'll focus on what is focusing on us. So that was how I just left and went to my classroom. Then after that, guys, this is my makeup. I'm not even sure what I just did, but whatever. At the end of the day, it must come together. Anyhow, no due process. So when I now got back, no, I think she came during school time, like while school was still on. She came to meet me in my class. Did I throw money at her? Almost like she couldn't believe herself. I said that if you collect your money now, and I gave you back your money. She said, okay, that after school, I should make sure I come to her hostel. But was it jazz though? Was it jazz? Now I'm looking at it. Did she jazz me? Which one is after school? Come to my room. Me too. I carried myself after school. I know how anyway, I was young, sha. You know how school used to be then. If a senior tells you after school, come to my room. Throughout school time, you will not be fine. No? Throughout, even your friends will be panicking for you. If after school, everybody will be like, are you going? Where are you going? Is it jazz? If I didn't go, what would she do? Would she not come and look for me or something? So she said after school, I should come to her room. Me too, after school. I carried myself and went to her room. Oh. By then, her and her gang of idiots had already summoned themselves there. Her gang of useless people. I'm sorry to say, I'm sure that they're not useless again, I'm sure, but whatever, then they were very useless. Her and a gang of useless seniors, they stood there. There were three in particular that really like her and two other people that were really like waiting for me. I mean, everybody in her room was waiting for me because she had already told everybody that I had the effort to throw money back at her, blah, 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 blah. So people were there waiting, but the real culprits were her and two other people. So when I now came back to her room, when I came to her room, started shouting at me, that's what I did to her. I poured, I threw money at her, blah, 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 blah. I should kneel down, I should frog jump, I should do different things. She was just punishing me different things. No wahala, me, I was just taking it. It now got to the stage where it was now like an everyday thing, where I think she punished me the first day, so I should come back the next day to continue punishment. The next day I went, I continued punishment. The third day I said I'm not going anywhere again. I'm like, what is it now? I said I'm not going anywhere. So I didn't go. She now came to my room. Now, I can't even remember the story very well again. I don't know if she slapped me. I think she did. I can't remember now. I think she slapped me. Dragged me to her room, told me, called me all sorts of names and stuff like that, started punishing me again. Mind you, I was SS1, she was SS2. Mind you, I repeated JS1. So technically, we were in the same class, okay? Technically, we're supposed to be in the same class, I mean. So it was my mates, essentially, because for me, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years age difference, all of you are mates. In fact, now that I'm older, 10 years different. From 30 to 40, all of you are mates. In fact, from 30 to 50, all of you are mates. So, but then at least, anyway, so that was how this girl started punishing me, shouting at me, serious bullying, serious. This thing is so pigmented. Serious bullying, like it wasn't even a small thing, it was bad. It was really, really bad. So I think the fourth day now, I now said, try this thing is so pigmented though. I wasn't trying to do this color. So the fourth day, I now said I'm not going to take this anymore. I'm not going to do this. I ran away. I think that was a weekend now. I ran away. So then I was already running away because of making hair. So I ran away. So that weekend, that Saturday, I didn't go. She looked for me. I did not go. I was only going back to my hostel when it's time to sleep. That's how bad it was. Like I was living in so much fear that I would go back to my hostel only time to sleep. And first thing in the morning, I'm out. So I didn't go that weekend. But while I was in the commandant's office, no, before then, on Friday, yes, I remember. On Friday, I had a classmate who was a day student and she lived near my house. I wrote a letter to my mom telling my mom that, I told my mom everything that happened and told my mom how this girl beat me, how this girl punished me, told me to walk to kneel on gravel, how I'm so tired of all this rubbish, I'm tired of school, and that trust me, now, you guys know I'm a very good writer. I now told my mom how I might not survive this, that if she comes back, she might see my dead body. Funny enough, now that I'm thinking back, I'm like, why did I write that kind of letter to my mom? The letter I wrote to my mom was, as per, if you don't come out, if you don't intervene, you might come back and see a dead child. That's what I told my mom. Oh, it's 3 a.m. here. I'm going to bed. Hey, yeah, sorry. The gist is very long. But yeah, of course, I'll save the video. You can rewatch it. Just take note of the timestamp or something. So I told my mom how I'm about to die. Also, I told my mom that weekend, that Friday, that's in the letter. Thank God that my friend actually took the letter to my mom. Because I remember everybody was feeling sorry for me because most people knew the story. So everybody was feeling sorry for me. Everybody felt bad for me. So my friend made sure she gave my mom that letter. Then that Saturday, I now went to the commandant's office. I now used I turned my paper upside down because I know how to write upside down. Like I'll turn my page upside down and write upside down. Do you understand? Like Yeah, basically, you guys get it. So I had to write upside down. That's the only way I could change my handwriting so nobody could trace it back to me. So I turned a paper upside down and I wrote upside down to the commandants, telling the commandants that the students are the SS2 students are a menace. This is what they're doing to us. They are killing us. They are dealing with us. They are suffering us. They are punishing us. I didn't make it personal. I didn't write my name or anything, but I just told them that even the matron is not helping matters. I remember mentioning the matron because our matron then was one kind useless. I'm sorry to call them anybody useless, but the older I get, when I look back, I'm like, what the hell? How were the adults in this situation that stupid? Like how? Very stupid woman, very, very, very like I'm sure now she's whatever, but as then she was a very stupid person because she knew what was going on in that school, but all she cared about is to send students to go and bring food from dining hall from her for her. Finish. She was part of the problem. She was seriously part of the problem. So I remember mentioning her then that even the matron is not helping matters because if you report to her, nothing will happen. She wasn't paying attention to anything. She was just there, figurehead, doing nothing. So I remember mentioning the matron. Who else did I implicate in this my gist self? I mentioned the matron. I mentioned the students' names. Like I mentioned the particular student, like not just the ones that were bullying me, but the real problems in that set. I mentioned all their names um in that what is it? I was smart, Shao. I was smart. You know why I said I was smart? The way I wrote that letter, nobody could trace it to me. I'm sure today, anybody that can remember that story will be shocked that I'm the one that wrote that letter because nobody could trace it to me. And I didn't just implicate the people that were bullying me directly. It would have been obvious. I wrote plenty names, so I just took their own name inside there. So I wrote a letter and I pasted it on the commandant's office. I pasted it on the commandant's office. So when he came to school on Monday, he actually saw the letter. I didn't even know he would see it. It was just a leap of faith. Let me just paste this thing there. I didn't know that the guy would see it and see it he did. Okay. Not only did he see it, my mom came to school first thing in the morning that day. She came to school first thing in the morning that day. It was so funny. Like it's almost like I single-handedly orchestrated the downfall of that set somehow because imagine a parent coming to school to complain about a letter that the child wrote to them, and at the same time, they are seeing something that another student wrote. And I'm sure when they checked both letters, it was not the same handwriting, so they did not trace it back to me, right? So imagine the coincidence. Because my mom said that my mom came to school crying. Oh, yeah, my mom was already crying. And make no mistakes, my mom's crying is not weakness. So her crying is just that when you're just frustrated and you're throwing you're pouring your your anger out, or it turns into tears, right? So she wasn't crying for weakness, so because my mom is a fighter and a lover. She's a fighter and a lover. So when my mom came to school, my mom wanted to see the students. So she was like, she has to see those students. It's not the one that come and say, we will sort it out internally. No, no, no. She has to see those students. I remember how I even knew my mom came to the school was I remember this thing so vividly. I didn't know that my mom had already come to the school. Oh. I didn't even know that she already discussed with the commandant and all those things that were happening. I didn't know all of that. I was just in class. I now turned to this girl's class and I saw my mom. My mom was busy tightening was it her zip or something? But like my mom was, when a parent is facing a student, right? And she's trying to, either she was trying to tighten her zip or turn her. I can't remember what my mom was doing with this girl, but I know that my mom was talking to her. So I just saw my mom from this thing talking together. I don't know if my mom even slapped her or anything. I can't remember, but I know that my mom faced the girl, was asking her, what did you do to my daughter? So some other officers were there. It wasn't just my mom. So they were not trying to hold my mom, trying to stop my mom from doing anything to the girl. But I remember my mom was just facing this girl. They're not even called me into the picture then. No. They now called me later and started asking me what happened. My mom was not asking me what happened. I now told her everything, how everything happened. My mom was not telling me how when she even got to the commandant's office, that the commandant was saying that he just received a letter as well from another student about the same matter, so he's going to take it up. He's going to take it up. And luckily for me now, those girls, their names were there. But besides their name even being there, because I had mentioned their name as well in my own issue, they were the scapegoats. So they were all suspended. They were all deported, first of all, and they were suspended from school. I don't know if it was that for that semester or something, but I know that the three of them were suspended. deported and suspended basically. So deported means like you're no longer a boarding student. So even when they returned as day students and they were also suspended. So I was so happy. More people will not understand. Like I was now finally free because aside those girls, I didn't have any issues with seniors. And also, what even helped? Oh, I just changed the color of this thing. And also, what even helped us too was that they now took it up like on a larger scale and said that seniors should no longer punish juniors. Don't be a bully. Like it became a big deal. The way this school thing became a big deal, it became a big deal, right? So after that, seniors like they now had like a target on their backs. Basically, people are now watching them in 3D. Basically, so seniors were not allowed to maltreat juniors anymore and stuff like that. And trust me, that one no pay me at all because I didn't have anything to do with juniors to start with. Like I didn't even I wasn't one of those people that used to send juniors to go and fetch it or iron my clothes. No, I used to do it myself and I like doing it myself. So when they now stopped seniors from sending juniors and stuff like that, it did not affect me in any way. It's like whatever, good riddance to bad rubbish. Like I don't care. I'm sure it must have pained some of my classmates too, but for me, I was living my best life. So but I remember those days that I used to run to that commandant's office on Saturdays. Those were some of the character forming days of my life, if I really look back, because I used to go there and stay in solitude. Like I'll just be alone in commandant's office. Sometimes we had other runaways that would come there and we'll just gist and have fun. It was a very nice place, very quiet. So you didn't have any seniors in the picture. It was just me and my mates there. We'll just stay there and gist and laugh. Sometimes nobody else would be there. It would just me and my thoughts, me and my paper, me and my book writing. So those are those were some of the character forming, events in my life or whatever stages of my life. And I feel like it affected the way it affected who I became. So to an extent, I feel like part of the reason I'm the way I am right now is because of that thing of me going and staying alone. So many other incidences in my life too shaped the way I am, but that particular one, I remember then going there used to be like one of the best things in my life. Just alone, nobody coming to talk rubbish or no. The few people that even managed to come into that space were people that were also bullied too and were running away. So all of us would just come there, sit down, or those people that just wanted to be alone somehow, or just wanted to just be, chilled. So we had like a union there, and it was really really fun. Anyway, so that was it. Oh, that was my real. Those are my incidences with, or be my, what's the word now? Experience with bullies and teachers. We had students who were also bullies. We had boys who were also bullies. I remember when I was in, was not JS1. I was in JS1. I won't forget this. A classmate of mine just came from nowhere and slapped me because someone else told him that he should go and slap somebody. And for some reason, it was me that he slapped. That thing pained me. Gosh, I don't think I ever, like, do you know, till today, because I see them on Facebook sometimes, even though we don't interact. Anytime I see that boy's picture, I remember that incident that happened in JS1. Why that thing pained me was that, I mean, he's a boy now. So when he slapped me, I started running after him to at least hit back or something, or just, I was very, very angry. And I didn't catch this boy. He pained me. I never caught this boy. And later on, I moved on because I moved on very quickly. But that thing pained me. Gosh, imagine just being on your own. Someone just come from nowhere and just come and slap you. Dirty slap, oh, dirty slap for no reason. That thing pained me. But oh well. Please let me finish my eye first before I continue this gist. I have to hold my eye like this to line it. Anyway, so when it comes to this whole, ouch, I cannot blind myself. Oh. When it comes to this lead school story, I feel like, wait, this thing I'm about to say now, some people might not like it, but I go talk am. I don't like the fact that that thing was publicized the way it was publicized. There, I said it. Wait, let me do this thing first. Before I draw this thing, reach my hairline where I'm trying to sharpen it. Yeah. My opinion is that I don't like the fact that that thing was aired the way it was aired. Yeah, I understand the first video being leaked, but the subsequent press and popularity and virality of the whole thing, I did not like it because these are minors, okay? These are minors. I know, as a parent, as a person looking at it, you want the girl to be punished, you want the girl to be dealt with. I know, I understand that feeling. Trust me, I understand it more than anybody else because I've given you guys my gist, okay? And I know how I felt when it was happening to me. Thank God I was able to get back. Well, not be today, Sha, I don't have sense, Sha, because, and I keep saying this thing, be wary of those people that are very quiet though. Be wary of us. Some of us are just quiet demons. Not me. I can never be a quiet demon, just I'm not a demon. But some of us are just quiet, but it doesn't mean that we don't know what to do. And it doesn't mean that we're not going to deal with you. Because imagine, now I'm looking back, what I did to those children were actually worse than fighting back. Because if I had fought back, maybe me and them will fight, they will beat me, I'll beat them or whatever, and that's where it will end, right? Or maybe it should have just ended, somehow. Maybe they'll just leave me alone. But no, they got suspended for it. Not only were they suspended, now their parents know that they're bullies and they had to be deported and started coming. Not it means to be coming to school from home every day. It's very annoying for parents who did not plan it, right? If you don't plan for your child to be coming from home every day, it's annoying because it's more money for you. You're going to be paying money. Well, technically, you're not paying boarding fees, but it was cheaper to be a boarder, right? You're going to be paying transport money. You're going to be feeding them extra, and they're going to be in your space all the time. Like you have to now take them into consideration when you're doing things, okay? So what I did to them was actually worse than actually fighting back. So be careful of those of us that are quiet though, that do our own codedly, because we will deal with you very well. That's why I always tell people that I was just with my sister with my I need to drink water. I was just with my sister yesterday. I was talking about how what was I trying to say, Steph? I saw something talking about how you can correct her by doing the same thing. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Forget everything I just said now, right? If a child bullies my child and I get to that school, if the authorities are being slow to move or whatever, I will attack that child. I'm sorry, but I will attack that child. I'm not saying I'll come and beat you, but I will hold you by the collar and ask you questions. Okay? If a child, I'm talking about older children, not like babies. Or I'm talking about secondary school, JS2, JS3, or not JS2, SS2, SS1 and SS2. No, I will face that child though, because these are people that can stab somebody to death. No, 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 no. Forget that one about how do you teach her not to. No, 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 no. I don't believe in that one. No. She's old enough to learn her lesson directly from the parents. I'm sorry. If you bully somebody's son and the parents comes there, anything you see, collect. I don't care. That's my own, right? So everybody hold your child so that your child will not get bullied by other people's parents at the same time. Leave it like that. But that's my own opinion when it comes to that one. Oh. I'm not going to say. I even saw a clip where the mother slapped I don't mind. The mother of the girl that was bullied, she slapped the bully. I don't mind. Like, let her collect. No, you can't do bodily harm to somebody and expect them to get it back in return. If the person does not give you back, let her parent or whoever can give you back. That's my own when it comes to that one, right? Nothing like how do you teach the person? No, the slap will teach you. Better teach your children the right thing, because the world is not going to pity them. I'm sorry, but the world is not going to pity them. Do you know what some people are getting as their reward for not being spanked as children? They're getting jail time. They're getting jail time because they were not spanked as children. So don't think that the world will come and give you something commensurate with your crime. No, 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 no. Once you put evil into the world, once you put violence into the world, accept it back with happiness. Okay? Don't come and be thinking the parents should be the bigger person and teach you a lesson. No, 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 no. Nobody owes you being a bigger person when you are the aggressor. No, 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 no. Nobody owes you being the bigger person. Anything you see, collect. If my child cannot fight back, I will fight back for my child. That's why I'm the child's mother. Anyway, so when it comes to that, I don't condone that one of hey, the mother shouldn't have done that. No, what me I am against is how what me I'm against is how no, I said something before. Yeah, I was saying that people that are silent people that move silently, right? I was listening to my sister yesterday that sometimes me, how I see life is when you are doing your own, I will allow you to do your own very well. Oh. In fact, I will give you space to do it very well so that I will prove to myself that I'm not bugging, like I'm not joking, like I'm not making a mistake. I will allow you do your own very well. Anything you want to do it very well to the max. So it will be clear to the world where you stand. Then I will now do my own. So that way, even you, when you get your reward, you will know what you did for a fact. Like it won't be lost on you what you did. Here. So anyway, moving back to this girl story, this Leeds British school story. For me, I don't like the way that thing was publicized the way it was. I wish that it had been like stopped immediately, because I noticed that immediately it started trending. More people were now posting, reposting. I didn't like it because some of you that are posting that thing, you guys know in your heart of hearts that you are like that girl. You were either like her or you were even worse. Okay, like let's not even deceive ourselves. All the bullies that I had in secondary school, they are still alive today. Many of them, I don't know, but many of them are still human beings today working on this earth. Okay, and some of them might have even reposted that thing. So many of you that are for me, hey, many of you are actually guilty of it. So I didn't like the fact that many people were publicizing that thing too much. And I need to drink water. And not only was it publicized that much, the girls' pictures, the girls' names are out there. And now it's almost like you're not giving the girl the space to learn her lesson and grow from it, okay? From it. Because for me, once somebody is a minor and they do certain things, right? They can receive instant karma, or they can receive instant beating or fighting, or whatever. They can receive it there. But let's give them space to actually grow and become like let's not I think the way I'll put it is that let's not put that image on them. Let me put it that way. That's the only way I'll speak this English I want to speak now. Let's not put this image on them, because this thing will not leave them forever and ever. Their names are forever associated with this event. Their pictures are out there. Their videos are out there forever and ever. Both the girl that was bullied and the bullies, their names and everything, they are out there forever and ever. You have now essentially made this the child's image. Anytime that child now, even if she changes today and she becomes a great person in the society, anytime she comes out now, people are going to remember, but you were a bully. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. So I don't like it. I wish that it had been managed a little bit better. I wish that those girls, their images, their names and stuff like that were not publicized the way it was publicized, because right now it has now become their identity of sorts. And yeah, like I didn't like that, because many people now that I even those of us in the comment section here, I'm sure some of you are here, even those of us in the comment section, many of us know that we did worse, but because our names are not out there, our faces are not out there, no video evidence, you are able to go ahead and do great things in this life. You're able to go ahead and be a good person. Okay, so let's give other minors to that same grace. Let's give them that same opportunity to change their ways and move on without it being a stigma in their life, or what, a label in their life that this person was a bully. I don't know. That's how I just feel about it though. And again, like I said, I get the outrage. If you watch that video, you are going to be mad. I remember watching that video, I couldn't finish it. Because it was just like, it's just too cruel, right? So I get that, but I wish that we hadn't. Yes, I need to even read comments actually now. This slap will teach you. Yeah, her digital print is kind of damaged. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Like her digital print forever and ever, even when she wants to look for jobs. Imagine tomorrow now she wants to get a scholarship to a university and she wants to become a this or become a that, a neuroscientist or a astrology, not astrology, what they call them, astrophysicists or whatever they call those people, right? Like if she wants to do something great in this life now, anybody that just Googles her name, the first thing they'll see is that she was a bully, she was a this. I don't know. So I wish that we hadn't publicized that thing so much, knowing that many of us had the grace to do our own and get away with it scot-free. And yeah, I feel like it's not fair. I just wish that it wasn't like that. I don't know. I wish there was a way that video had gone out to parents only. But there's no way to go out to parents and parents will not publicize it. I'm sure that video was an adult that published that thing. Maybe, I don't know. But it might be an adult that published that thing. I just wish that it had gone out to only parents and parents had handled it, give her the slap there and handle it there and let it end. I don't like the fact that her name and face and everything is everywhere. Because mind you, Many of us are raising children. Oh, God forbid it's never happened to my child, but you are raising children. Oh, you are setting the precedent of how things are going to happen. So if your child makes a mistake tomorrow, your child might be the one on Insta blog. If your child makes a mistake tomorrow, because trust me, some of the children doing this rubbish, they were trained well. Forget that thing of hey, many of them were trained well. Many of them know the right thing to do. Many of them know that thing they're doing is not good. They know. Look, think back to yourself as a younger child. Some of the nonsense you did, is it because they did not train you well in your home? They trained you well. You knew it was bad, but you just wanted to do it because you are young and stupid. Foolishness abounds in the heart of a child. You just wanted to try your luck. You wanted to just be stupid. You just wanted to do nonsense, okay? Even you, they were doing the nonsense, you knew that what you were doing was wrong, but you still went ahead and did it. So let's not, yes, train your child well, do the right thing and all of that. But let's also know that there is a place for childish stupidity and childish useful what they call that thing now? Is it useful exuberance or what? Because someone they call that phrase. But there's a space for that. Just remember that there's a space for that, and it can happen to anybody's child. You that are talking, you don't know what your children are doing in school. I'm talking about those of us. I'm sure many of us here might have kids in primary school, whatever, secondary school. You don't even know what your child is doing, and you're here talking, the girl deserves this, the girl deserves that. You don't know. And I believe in the I won't say karma, not karma, but I believe that what you put out into the world, you receive it. So if you are saying any child that does this thing, they should put it out there. Let us see her face so that we will know, so that her parents will be disgraced. Your own child might be next. That's what you don't know. Your own child might be next. It will shock you. That your child has such a many. And one thing I've tried to remind myself of, okay, even with my children, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll defend my children wherever it is. Like, even if I go to school and tell my child did this and did that, I will defend my child, okay? In public, I will defend my child, right? However, keep space or keep room for the see, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Words are started feeling me. What I want to say is that just know that you might not be 100% correct about your child, okay? Just I think every parent here watching this should just know that you might not know your child the way you think you know your child. My child would never. Your child will, plus more, plus extra. Your child will do it. In fact, your child will be the ringleader. That my child will never. I know my child. I know what I taught her. I know how I raised her. My child is this, that. My child is an angel. Just as I'm saying it, as I'm saying it, be reducing the volume. Be reducing the volume, let them not humble you. Be reducing the volume, let your child not disgrace you, because the louder you make your proclamation of your child is perfect, the louder your disgrace is gonna be. So as I'm talking, my child will never. I know what I did to my child. I know how I raised my child. We pray every morning. My child can quote scriptures. My child is a very helpful child. My child is this and that. Because remember, you use yourself as an example. Some of the things you did, your parents will never believe it tomorrow that you did it. If your father hears some of the things you have done in this life, your father will faint twice. Your father will faint and wake up. If your mother hears some of the things you did and you are still doing, some of you are still doing it. You are still doing it. If your, what am I saying, father? If your pastor hears some of the things that some of you are doing, your pastor will faint and wake up. So when we want to castigate other people's children and say they were not raised right, this is why everybody train your child well, train your child well, because if you might be talking to yourself, you don't know. You might actually be talking to yourself. So we should not, especially when it comes to children, I'm still emphasizing that it is because they are minors. If they are adults, I mean, it's free game. Like I think, like it's all well and good, but because they are minors, you have to be careful. You have to be careful. If I look back to some of my friends or some of not, or even seniors, whatever, that were bullies, then if I look back and look at who they are now, they are completely different. Number one. Number two, many of them had reasons for doing what they were doing. Many of them were either bullied as younger children or came from homes that it was a struggle, right? They came from struggle homes, so they just exhibited that thing without even really thinking about the consequences. They didn't know it was wrong, or they knew it was wrong, but they just didn't think about the consequences because that's the life they know, right? And when they outgrew that phase, many of them changed. Many of them are now doing great things in life, teaching people the right things and raising amazing children too. So that's just my own skepticism with that whole thing of publicizing those children's names like that, treating them the way we treated them. or people were treating them, it's we should be careful. Hopefully other people will learn from this experience. Yeah, maybe they are actually the scapegoats. May my child never be a scapegoat in Jesus' name. May my child not be a teaching point, or be what they call it, a lesson. I don't know. May my child not be that. That's what we should just be praying. It's not about all the discipline you are doing with your children. It's not about, no, just pray that your children, because when it comes to discipline and when it comes to how children turn out, right? I still believe that a lot of it is still God. A lot of it is still prayers. It's not even about what you taught the child, what you didn't teach the child. Again, going back to what I just said, there's so many things that you did and you are still doing that for a fact is wrong. It's not like I don't know what I'm doing. It was in fact, you are teaching other people not to do it, but you are doing it either in secret or in your own time. You're doing those things, right? So it's not really about, oh my, I taught my child, I trained my child well. No, sometimes it's just God. It's just God's intervention that's making your child turn out the way they're turning out. It's not really because of you. It's not really, don't be taking that glory with your full chest too. It's not really because of you. So if you see that your child is turning out right, your child is a very helpful child, your child is a very your child is not a bully, your child is this and that, just thank God. Just thank God. Because you cannot say for a fact that those people who their children are terrible. You cannot say for a fact that they didn't train their children right. Yes, they might have had some errors in their training, but your parents too had errors in your own training. Is there anybody else come here now and tell me that your father was the best father ever, your mother was the best mother ever, she didn't make any parenting mistakes? Your parents made mistakes. You will still make mistakes with your children. So just be praying every day that my mistakes will never land my children in irreparable damage. Is one thing I've always prayed about. I was like, even if my children will make mistakes in this life, may it not be mistakes that they cannot come back from. And that is why when that girl's video was being publicized, I'm like, I know she needs to be able to come back from it. She needs to be able to handle this. Like, let it just be a folk tale, or what they call it. Let it just be like here and there. Some people know that this girl is like this. Let it just be that. Let's not be hard, concrete evidence on the internet. Let it not be that, okay? Or those girls. I don't even. It's only one girl I remember, but I think it wasn't just one girl that was involved in that thing. But now one girl really stood out. What's the time, self? There's a parable in my place that you cannot deny for the child that you put on your back, because you cannot see what the child is doing at your back. Thank you. Thank you. Some of you will just turn and start vexing. Meanwhile, your child was knocking another person's child from your back. Your child was pinching another person's face. Your child was stealing another person's food or another person's biscuits from the back. But you're there, tearing your singlets, vouching, swearing that your child can never do this. You don't know. So that's just my own issue with this whole thing. Remember that after training your child the best you can, remember that after training your child the best you can, they will still go to school and meet children from different families with different backgrounds. Exactly. And sometimes what those children from other families and other backgrounds show your children sounds interesting. It sounds good. It's not just good, it sounds interesting. Your children, even though they know better, they want to explore, they want to see that other side that they never saw before, they never knew about. They want to see it. So just pray that they never get irreparable damage. They never make mistakes they cannot come back from. They never make mistakes that will put them out on the internet. Imagine your child's, God forbid, imagine somebody's child's sex tape being on the internet, or even just naked body being on the internet. Just imagine. Just imagine, what kind of life do you want that child to live? I'm not saying that the child is condemned forever and can never live a good life, right? I'm not saying that. But the burden is like, wahala no dey finish for our life. Like, don't you have other things to struggle with? Imagine how hard life is for those of us that we don't have anything like that on the internet. Imagine how hard life is for us now. Then now imagine being added to it. Your sex tape on the internet, your misbehavior, your bullying video on the internet. Just imagine. Remember that girl that they showed a video of her with some boys in a room. They said they went for one excursion or stuff like that. Just imagine going through life now with all that. And when that girl is older, she would realize the mistakes in her ways. She will realize that what she did was wrong, but the video and the evidence is everywhere. So what you see that happens with some children, I'm not saying that's what's going to be her own portion, but what happens to some children is when you realize that your life is basically over, this is something that will never leave the internet, they decide to follow that route. And people that are doing sex that are in the sex industry now, because they feel like whatever. Let me just embrace it. Everybody already believes I'm like this, so let me just embrace it. So, you guys, I'm not even breathing well again. I don't even know why I'm. And that this makeup is beautiful, but I gave up as I don't know the names of the things you are using for. Oh, I'm so sorry. I think I need to do like a dedicated makeup video and just tell you guys the products, because trying to make up, talk about the products and everything is a bit difficult. My mouth's already paining me. I'm thirsty. That's why I'm stammering and I'm speaking fast, because I'm a bit dehydrated. Oh, I forgot that I said I was going to share. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to share the link so that anybody that wants to call in can call in. If you have stories to share, you can actually do that. Yeah, I've shared the link. So if you want to call in, you can call in. If you have stories to share, that's fine. Hi. Let me go back and read some comments. I've already missed a lot of comments. It's okay. I've read this one. Our children are so different outside an indoor environment. I'm telling you, our children are so different. Excuse me. Our children are so different, because I always say this, and I tell my husband that the children you see, the children you know, are different from children that me I know. Some things my children do, the way they change when their father is around, I'm like, hello. So you know what you are doing is wrong. It's almost like me and them. We're now, they know they fear me again now. See finish has entered. See finish has really, really entered when it comes to me and my children. Because most times it's just me and them. Most times, I'll just talk, and then I'll start feeling bad for the person. So see finish has really, really entered. But when is their father? If I tell my children now, it's time to sleep, go to bed. If I tell them that, I need to say it like 5 times before they eventually sleep. Like I need to go down and say, stop making noise. I say, keep quiet and sleep now. If I come back here now, I'm going to punish you. This, that. That's what I'll say. I'll go and I'll be hearing somebody laughing. It's almost like, okay, like go off. Like, ooh, we're scared. Ooh, we're scared. That's how I do with me and my children. But if their father just says, hey, everybody go and sleep, no noise till morning, no noise. That's it. That puts an end to my hours of complaining. Like he'll just say it once. Everybody has gone to sleep. I'll not be like, am I a tree? Am I a tree? Is that people don't understand that this is a human be talking to you as well? And the funny part is that I'm the one that has to discipline them more, because it's not even around most times, and most times their well-behaved is around, so it doesn't really have cause to discipline them that much. I'm the one that is always seeing all their nonsense and always correcting and always disciplining them, but they respect him more. So at the end of the day, and that's just you and your children that even have in the same house with you, imagine how they are outside. So I mean, I will not agree just because you say my child did this. I'll say, yes, my child did it. No. But at the same time, even if I'm defending my child, at the back of my head, I'm like, okay, but is it possible this child actually did this thing? Like, just leave a room for that possibility that your child actually did what they said that your child did. Because, hey, hey, oh, these eyelashes. I need to put my eyelashes next. Oh, somebody joined. Valerie, we can't see you, but I think we can talk to you. Hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah,
Hi.
hi. Hi,
Good
Daisy.
morning.
Okay. Good
How you
morning.
doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Sorry, I put my camera off. I look very crafty because I'm cleaning.
Oh, no problem.
So I don't I, so I don't want to pull my face out there yet. But yeah, I called in because I wanted to share my bully experience.
Okay.
So when I was younger,
Sorry, can you guys hear
um,
her well? I think please go ahead. Sorry.
so when I was younger, so my parents took us to Nigeria because I wasn't born in Nigeria. So my parents took us to Nigeria because they wanted us to have this the African culture is still the nurse and
Mhm.
everything, this and that, da, da, da.
Normal, normal.
So we exactly. So we all went to Nigeria. So my own bullying started because my mom did I did a 10-year-old she threw me a 10th birthday party for me at the
Mhm.
time. So the I had to do my hair with extensions. So when the weekend was over, it was now Monday, and she was quite busy to take me to the hair salon to take off the hair extension so she can braid my hair with the normal hairstyle now. I told
Mm.
her, I was like, Mommy, let's take this hair out. She was like, Oh no, it's just on Monday. When you come back from school, I will sort it out. I need to call. My mom she's a businesswoman and she was just rushing. She has to go to wharf to go and clear containers. So the next thing, my mom now took us to school. We went to go and sort that because my school is called St. Michael College. Yes, St. Michael College in Lagos. It's a primary and secondary school. So she went to primary school to go and sort out something for my siblings while I
Mm.
was in second. Yeah, I'm in secondary school, just one. The next thing, when my mom was going back from primary school to enter the secondary school, she met me kneeling down. And she was like, Who asked you to kneel down? I didn't say anything. I just kept quiet because me, I know the kind of school I am in, and I don't want wahala. I don't. Cause my mommy, she's harsh. So I was like, no, mommy, no, it's okay. She's like, who asked you to kneel down? And she was like, well, why are you kneeling down? I said, well, because of my hair. I told you, let's take this hair out. My mom was like, but who asked you to kneel down? Like in this sun, and because our assembly ground was sand, she was like, who asked you in sand? Like, who is that person? And I pointed. She was like, wait, are you pointing to a student? I be pointing to teacher. I was not like student because even till now, I'm still timid.
Mm.
She was like, wait, to fellow students ask you to kneel down, as in you students.
Mhm. They won't understand.
She went to go and meet the student. She was like, please, oh. I don't know her son, but I name the student is Baby Sola. She was like, wait, why you ask my daughter to kneel down? And the girl, not for the girl to just talk normal, and just be respectful, and she's talking to somebody. The girl was just like, yeah. Why did she was doing attitude for my mom? Was like, which attitude? She started shouting. Then school teachers now gathered, this and that. Then I said, okay, Valerie, get up, take off your hair. Because she went to meet the principal, like she was like, yes, I'm at fault. But you cannot tell my child to kneel down. The next thing now, that was how my bullying started. The next thing, this senior, she had to go and meet because she was the head girl. She now go and meet her other students too as well. Those ones they gang up against me. They
Mm.
would tell me, my mom used to give us like money. She used to give me money to school. She used to give me between 100 naira to 150
Mm.
for school. And then this senior should be like, oh Valerie, should give me 100 pounds. Sorry, £6. Sorry, 100 naira. She'd be
Mm.
like, go and buy this. She'll count all the things for me. She'll be like, oh, buy me video milk and this or something. And the thing is more than what she's asking me is more than the what she gave me. She'll not
Mm.
be like, and then bring me back 100 naira change. And I'll be like, well, I was gonna meet because this other student that was there, I was gonna meet her. She and her was not friends. I was gonna meet her like, see you. She was like, Valerie, I told you, don't. You could have allowed your mom to make problem with these people because you know them. They will start picking on you. I started using my money to buy the things I will starve.
Mm.
And I'm not even a breakfast person, so I will not eat anything till 4:30 or 3:30. Now I'll get home about 4:30. My mom
Mm.
was like, why are you? Because I'm big in nature. But she also see that I was dropping a lot of weight. She was like,
Mm.
I understand you're dropping weight. I kind of like you're dropping weight anyway, but the way you're dropping is too much. I don't understand. What are you? Are you not eating? I'm like, yeah, I'm eating. Yeah, I'm eating. I'll come out for school. I'll be so hungry. And this thing. That's the next thing now. My eyes. My mom took me to the hospital to go and do blood tests. And that's what I was like. My iron levels were so low because, of course, I'm most of the time I'm starving.
Mm.
I don't tell my mom that I'm not eating because she was the next thing. The mom started asking questions. Then she now sent my sister to go and do. My sister, she's very sharp. Let's go
Mhm.
and come and do investigation of what is going on because, as I said, the primary school and secondary school is together. So my sister can come to the secondary school. Then my sister now came back home. I was like, Mommy, Valerie, used to eat at home. I just used to eat in school. That's why she's losing weight. My mom now went to school. Look at problem. The punishment times two.
Mm-hmm.
Times two. I tell them, whenever you go to school, you are causing me more problem. The next thing, they know what I did. I had to go out. There's one boy, like, he was the notorious person in that school, like as in that guy, teachers don't tell for him matter. I had to use him and do school father. Oh. Ah,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, please, can I be your school daughter? She was like, yeah, 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 yeah. That was how I got protection in that school.
Imagine.
Bullying has stopped. That was the only way I could do it. When I'll be like, oh, I'm because his name, he likes the band so much. So I think his name is Iron Media or something. So he now changes to A Band. And I'll be like, oh, I'm senior A Band school daughter. Now I'll just come, hey, who they touch my That's how I got protection. Hey,
Imagine. But
before
imagine needing protection in secondary school. Secondary school. Just imagine.
they see win, they dealt with me, serious dealing, as in they dealt with me. I think
And
mm,
well, when you said that, that's another thing with even parents. I feel like parents should even do more than just confront the students, because if you confront students but you don't like go to the authorities, like the teachers, they will. In fact, you've added more wahala for your child.
hmm, a lot more.
Oh, wow.
A lot more. A lot. Like it's always like the bullying. She'll tell me to come and kneel down. She'll be like, oh, sweep my class. Oh, do this. She told me to crawl in the assembly ground back and forth 10 times. I had marks all over my skin. Then I saw one of the students when because I work in the hospital. So I saw one of them when she came to the hospital. And immediately when I saw her, my heart skipped because
Hmm.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, what is happening?
Imagine.
Like my heart just skipped, but I just had to remember that you're not an adult. What will happen? Nothing will happen. But my heart just skipped. And then I looked at her and I saw because I was looking after her. So I saw her name. I was like, yeah, this is Zoe. And then she was all like, I was like, did you go to St. Michael College? She was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, in this so set. She was like, yeah. I think they were the diamond set, whatever they call themselves.
Hmm.
And then she was there. I was like, do you remember me? She was like, oh, so I was like, trying to this. She was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I've changed. I'm not who I am like before, this and
Hmm.
that. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just like, ha. I was like, what kind of wickedness that you can have like that? She was like, she's just doing what they did to her as a junior.
Hmm.
She's
Yeah.
just repeating it, and so she's repeating the same circle, the same
Yeah.
thing. That's good. I saw win. They dealt with me. They dealt with, and my mom coming to school every time because whenever she sees something, she'll come and talk to principal. Principal will just be like, oh, they won't take her serious. And
Hmm.
then as she's coming, because my mom, she want the people's name. She'll be like, I want to see the students. And then when she does that, you are putting more stress on me, putting more
Yeah.
this thing on me. And I mean, I'm very timid. Even till now, as an adult, I'm very timid. I don't
Ah,
like too much
don't be
talk.
don't be
Oh,
timid though.
I know I'm so timid, and I just look you. I don't have strength to argue.
Hmm.
Once time
Hmm.
arguments come, I'll be like, it's okay, don't worry, leave it. It's all right. It makes my heart to be beating fast.
Yeah.
I won't be able to bring my words out. So I just tell them
I
it's
can
okay, don't
relate
worry,
though. I
leave
can
it.
relate.
Ah,
Hmm.
leave it, it's okay.
Yeah, I can relate there, but see that thing. One thing I need to tell myself is that even the Bible says is that God has not given us the spirit of fear, and that fear is basically timidity. Okay, so
Mm.
you need to like fight it very well. It's something I had to fight. I had to fight because me I had to be timid too, especially after that school incident, after all the bullying.
Don't
Well,
look
secondary school
timid
I wasn't timid. I was in secondary school I wasn't, but in I mean university I wasn't. But secondary school I used to be very timid. I used to feel somehow. Even now, I feel like that's part of why I don't even like confrontation. It's still that, will I say, residue of timidity that is still left. But I have to stop it though, for your children's sake.
I know I've got
Yeah,
two. I've got
yeah,
two boys, so I need to.
yeah, for
But
their
I'm
own sake.
very, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't look timid, though.
I
Like,
used to be. Oh, I used to be. I think what made me stop being timid,
mm,
well, will I even call it timidity? What made me stop being timid is even my looks, I think, because after secondary school, I don't know whether they say glow up or something. I feel like I wasn't that ugly in secondary school, but I was, okay, let me put it this way. In secondary school, I wasn't part of the it girls because I was bigger, both in size. Like I wasn't even too fat. Looking back now, I wasn't fat, but then I used to think I was fat. I wasn't
Mm.
too fat, but I was taller, I was bigger than my mates, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you're bigger than your mates, you kind of they kind of look at you somehow. I don't know how to
Of
explain it.
course.
You
Me
know how
too.
it is
Me
now.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, look at you
Yeah. I get
somehow.
what you mean.
So I wasn't really like part of the it girls.
Yeah.
But immediately I finished secondary school, that was around the time that even Agbani Darego became
Mm.
Miss World.
Mm-hmm.
Like was around no, that's not when I finished too, but around that time Agbani Darego became Miss World. Being a tall girl became something good, right? So that was when I now started noticing that people started paying more attention to me as a
Mm-hmm.
person. Then after secondary school, the advances from men, forget to the thing
Me.
became a lot. So I think that made me just realize that I'm a fine girl, like you can't do
Yeah.
nothing.
Me,
So
yeah, me too. That's the same thing. Like
yeah,
I'm always like I was not the finest or
yeah.
this thing. It took a while for me to glow up. I had
Mhm.
very bad acne as well when I was growing
Oh,
up, very bad. So like I'm now there like fat. I'm there again. I'm
mm,
fatter. Like to the point when I was in secondary school, I was the social prefect. Most of the time, the social prefect was the one that always take pictures for the
mm,
school bus, right? So
mm,
they'll change the pictures and stuff like that. And
mm,
then because I didn't tick the box of the beauty, right? The school
mm.
name, they didn't use me.
Imagine,
They used someone else because I did not
imagine.
tick the beauty
Mm,
standard, and I had a lot of things wrong with my skin. I had acne. My eyes
mm.
always had my boil. My eye would just have boil
Oh,
from nowhere. So like a different thing was always wrong with my face. Like my neck down is fine,
mm,
but my
yeah.
face was always what is always affecting anything. And then once
Mm,
I moved from Nigeria, and when I moved to the UK, everything stopped. I don't know what was happening. Everything
imagine.
changed. I didn't even use any cream or anything. No, I was just using
Mm.
the same body lotion. I don't know what happened. Everything just changed. My
Or maybe
hair
just
before,
poverty.
yeah, maybe my
Mm,
hair wasn't growing properly to chop here, chop there. Next,
mm,
I had a lot of skin problems, and that thing they
mm,
used to laugh at me a lot. And then again, I was that like big as well. I grew up
mm,
quickly. I had like big boobs, my body was
mm,
just somehow. So I used to always, I was very inside my shell. I didn't talk. I just did my own
mm,
because before they would laugh at me, and you know. So I
yeah.
remember when that thing happened with that scoop, that picture thing. I
Mm.
cried and cried and cried
I
and
can
cried.
imagine.
Or when they're doing weddings, or like not my aunties, but like let's say people are doing weddings in church or something like that. They
Mm,
won't pick me. Like even though they're supposed to, they pick everybody else in my that was my age. They won't
yeah.
pick me. They will prefer to pick my sister instead
Try.
of me. Yeah, no, those kind
Mm,
of things. Yeah, yes, I had a lot of these things. So I just entered my shell. Like just
yeah.
I was just on my own. Even in uni as well, because I did my uni here in the UK, but
Mm,
when I entered uni as well, when like my friends are going, I would not want to go out. I'm not like I beg before they will start laughing at me, before they
mm,
will start doing stuff. I don't want anybody to laugh at me, this and that. I beg, let me just do my own. But
mm.
yeah,
Ah, that's actually a good point you even brought up. Well, that's why, especially as girls, we need to really make sure that your children's self-esteem is on point because it added some people that were bullies because they had low self-esteem. Some people that accepted being bullied was because they had low self-esteem too. So your self-esteem actually has a lot to play with how you present yourself to the world and what you accept and what you don't accept. So I think that's what happened to me as well. I feel like because I wasn't part of the It Girls, I always felt like I beg, I don't want Wahala. Let me just be on my own.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It's not
yeah.
enough finished secondary school that I was not like, I
You
find
know,
die. Go and sit
that's
down.
when like glue up, and then people's like
Ah,
men will come like say like calling like
yes,
your
now
hand in
it now
marriage and
became like,
stuff like that.
uh-huh.
I was like,
Hello, hello. Maybe network. We have someone else here. Let's listen to Nazom. Thank you so much, Valeria. I don't know if you can still hear me. Thank you so much. Let's talk to Nazom. Hi. Hi, hi,
Hey,
hi. You look so relaxed. You look like you're just chilling.
not what to get here. Today is Saturday, so I'm relaxing.
Okay,
I just
that's nice. I envy you.
found for that thing.
Yeah,
It's
how
not
you
going to.
doing?
I'm fine. Do you know? I keep telling myself I miss meeting you one on one.
Are you
Actually,
serious?
I'm telling you. By the time I was trying to, okay, I said, okay, let me send you your email on Instagram. So that was the time
Mm.
you were. I literally cried.
Are you serious?
And
Chai, chai.
I was I was saying, okay, coming to Port Harcourt will not be that bad because I'm
Mm,
staying in. So let me come to Port Harcourt. I can see you one on one. Maybe you give me a chance to get to know you, then I can be able to see you. But
mm.
all those was just
Ah,
my
now
dream.
we've left. Don't worry, come to the UK.
Don't worry, don't worry. By the grace of God, God will do it. We'll come
Amen,
out.
amen.
All right. So the topic you were talking about,
Mm,
I don't know why. In fact, just that my spirit mainly when people say that their children are going to boarding school, I just feel pity for those kids because
yeah.
though in my own experience, I didn't actually attend boarding school. I don't just know, but my parents was not like that. They didn't force us to go to any boarding school. We're just day school
Mm,
till now. But I see some kids who go to boarding school. Some of them will be fat when they're coming back to their parents. They'll be very lean. I'll be like,
mm-hmm,
these children that were so fat and plumpy, what happened to them? And most of the times I do hear that some parents are happy because they feel that the child at least go and experience another side of life and all that. But to me, in my own honest review, I don't really think it's the right thing to do. And most of the times, it's not like because that thing has become a norm. I don't know whether it's a practice that is always going on in all this boarding school. Okay, ranging from the time I heard about one guy that was bullied till he died. Even the parents don't even know that this child is always bullied at school.
mm-hmm.
Till the point the boy died and they were still hearing stories. It's heartbreaking. And these
Yeah.
things happen all the time. Even the school are not taking responsibility. Like, how would a responsible school owner will allow the children to be under their fellow students who are paying the same school fees with them? Like, it's somehow not understanding. It's not understandable. Like, the
Yeah.
thing is supposed to go well. So this I was like, should they go and close all these boarding schools so that everybody will rest? Why not go to
Ah,
this school and
they
do
no fit
okay?
up. A lot of parents are using that thing as, I'm sorry to say, but a lot of parents actually are using it
Eh,
as escape from parenting. That's just the truth. You don't want
yes,
to
that's what
deal with your
I understand.
child, so you ship them off to boarding school so that you don't have to deal with them. Let's just call a spade a spade. There are parents that, okay, circumstances makes them
Yeah,
have to send. I don't even know the circumstance, but let's just say there are parents that have to. But most parents, the reason why they take their children to boarding school. They even say they'll say things like, I want my child to be strong, because you don't want to teach your child to be strong yourself. You want
I
another
understand.
person. You want another
And
person that you don't even know the kind of strength they will teach your child in that secondary school. Hmm.
seriously. And they are
Mm-hmm.
under their fellow students who claim to be their senior because that's where
Mm-hmm.
everything is happening from. And
Yes.
so and some have this envy in them, like if they see that you have a good home, you're coming from a good home, some who doesn't have that privilege, they will be envious of your child, you will not even know.
Yep.
They will
Mm-hmm.
use opportunity to even eliminate that child.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the free hand because they are not there. And even some
Yeah.
dormitories that children are placed on, that if you hear stories how they will,
Mm-hmm.
finish your child food, everything you bring for your child, they will eat it, and they'll be
Mm-hmm.
giving your child peanuts and all this. So I was like, how is parents still doing it in these recent times? Like, how comfortable are they? I was like, my God, even though I know I'm not giving birth to a child, but at
Mm-hmm.
least I used to think all those things. Like, how would you feel when your child is under somebody's care that you don't even know from Adams? Like, you are so
Yeah.
comfortable with it. You're not close to your child. You don't know the threats your child have, how your child can be able to cope in that place you are sending your child to.
Yeah.
It's happening. Like, I prefer day school. Like, day school is more good. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if your child comes back each day, even some parents are not that careful, but each time your child comes, you'll be able to see the development, ask about how he or she is doing in school. You'll be able to know the things that child is passing through. At least men
Yeah.
looking at the child, you are a very close parent. But that far, staying over a month and all that, when they come, you see those children when they come, they don't stay long. The next thing
Yeah.
they will send back again, buy them food
Mm-hmm.
store, and they are not concerned if that child is actually benefiting from those things they're giving to the child.
To the child, yeah.
Very
My
bad.
own self, minus even what they're giving to the child. I feel like
Eh,
one of the biggest issues I have with boarding school is that your child is being trained by fellow students, not even Not even
Hey.
like parent figures. It's not even that your matron, like I told you about
Mm,
matron. It's not that matron that was raising us. We were raising ourselves. So all the
hey.
rubbish that I learned in secondary school is rubbish from children that were trained in the gutter. They will bring to
Hey.
secondary school and come and teach you. And you that came from a good home, those things sound different and exciting. You want to try them,
Yes.
you want to know about them. That's it, though.
About it.
That's it.
No, it's not good at all. It's not good. And most of the times, the people that own those schools, like those men staffs, they have to be held responsible. You
Yeah.
know, they have to be held responsible. At least up to today, because I know
Yeah.
that those schools and those bullying are still going on in recent times till now. And
Mm-hmm.
what they keep telling those children is that if you talk, they will do. And they, do you know the funny thing? One thing I learned is that someone I know, although those ones maybe their school was not that bad, but to see their own child in the school they paid huge amount of money for, they have
Mm.
restrictions. They have a particular day they must see their child, and they will not be able to enter inside that school environment. They will only see them at a waiting room or something like that. So
Mm.
your child is now denied access to come and see you comfortably and talk all the things he or she wants to tell
Yeah.
you at that little time you're coming to visit them. You just
Mm.
come like strangers and you go back like strangers and you're comfortable about it because you are doing one business, because you and your husband are so busy that you can't even have that kind of time to attend to
Yeah.
your child. My God, it's really somehow.
Yeah, and if you really think about it, these are our children. No matter how you are close to them, once
Mm,
you put them in that kind of environment, there are
yeah.
some things they will not tell you again. No matter how you
Yes.
want to be, there are some things that our children will not. 'Cause I know some things that even though I know that my mom will not kill me if I tell her this story. I just didn't want to tell my parents, not just for
Yes.
no reason. Just felt like I felt distance from them, so I just didn't want to tell.
Okay,
It just
that's
felt like
that's my
no
point.
need. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You will even feel how they will, maybe you will feel that they will even tell you to continue going because that is what they want
yeah.
to continue doing. Because
Mm-hmm.
there is not change anything. So why are you telling them now? You can survive by
Exactly.
yourself for that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, somehow it's not really good to me. The best is for you to be close to your child. Put them in day. Even day is not there's also bullying in day school too.
Yeah.
But in mind compared to those you'll be seeing every morning and night in a very close area where there's no other person, family member or someone that you can talk to or that will help you out. It's
Mm.
really but
And I
they
think
there's in day, but it's not that much
yeah, but I
because
think I think some private schools now are not as bad as our schools then, no. Like our normal
yeah,
federal. I think now they are changing some, but this
that
school we just talk about now is not a private school. So at the end of
it's
the day, I
not.
don't even know.
Yes.
I
And
don't
then
even
the people that are doing it, people that grew up in a family that are like that. So when they come out, they exhibit that same trait they grew up with. Then they are not suppressing the ones who are well trained and well,
yeah,
disciplined. Because someone that is coming from a home that is disciplined, going to mingle with someone that comes from a home that is shabby anyhow, do anyhow,
mm,
is a total different mixture. Like one
yeah,
will be able to the other. So I think that's what really happening there. That's what
yeah.
really
And somebody was saying that, and I really, really believe it, that the way Nigeria is because of boarding
happening.
school. I really believe it because
Yeah,
that's being taught to fear just because somebody's 1 year ahead of you. 1 year. Mind you, like
one
I
year.
said, I said I repeated JS1. So I could have even been her classmate. Because of
Yes.
1 year, somebody is maltreating you and you're supposed to just take it. That's why you're
And
our leaders are
teachers
misbehaving.
are there. Oh. Not that there's no teachers. Teachers, adult people
Thank
are there,
you.
but they will
Thank
leave
you.
you to your own mercy. Like you leave it
Uh-huh.
to your own stuff.
Uh-huh. So
It's
just
a total.
imagine that. That's what we're now carrying. Our leaders are now misbehaving anyhow, but many
Mm,
people cannot talk because it's almost like they are seniors, they are not our
yeah.
mates. That just
There's
have
no
that
freedom,
idea.
there's no freedom of speech. Like if you have your idea, that one in your pocket.
As
You
in,
just like this is very no, it's not good at all. So me myself, I'm thinking about it like it's a very serious issue.
yeah,
Like parents learn from it. At least let them know where they're putting their children to school.
yeah,
If so busy, at least even if they're giving that time to visit, ask questions,
yeah,
make even there are some cameras. I think they should put it in a way that cameras will be situated in all those schools. If they are a big school enough,
yeah,
cameras should be situated there. So parents will come, look at your own child dormitory. You can monitor what your child activity. That time you are visiting, come and monitor what is going on in your child's life. Then
yeah,
you take and say, please, this the person that has the school or maybe the authority, please, this thing I don't actually like it for my child, because your child might be eating a good food at home, but what they're giving your child might just be watering something, and you are
mm,
not don't know about it because it's at closet, it's closed from
ah,
you.
Let's not even
But
talk about the food they used to give us in secondary school. Oh. Let's not even talk about
that
it.
one, that one was. Hmm.
Hmm.
That one, I just hate that boarding school of a thing for just for some good reasons. I just
Hmm.
hate it because when you are
Yeah.
growing up, you don't know. Although some people meet good friends, why some
Yes.
fall in the hands of this prey in the hands of these evil possessed people who are just practicing wickedness just to pepper somebody or envy maybe someone they are envying. They will not use that person as a slave. Imagine you being a slave to someone who just because the person is one class ahead of you, you are becoming a slave to that person. Or apparently you cannot even be that slave to your parents. Sef. Your parents know how to
Thank you.
even good parenting ways, but this
Mm-hmm.
one now you're not a subject to another person who doesn't
Mm-hmm.
even have anything to offer you, just trying
Mm-hmm.
to show kindness and show you how all those things is really
Yeah.
painful. And some
Mm-hmm.
some of them come out there being traumatized. Their parents will not know that they have already been traumatized, and
Mm-hmm.
your child behaving, you will not even know where the origin of the misbehavior is coming from. So there's
Exactly.
of lot of bad to
Mm-hmm.
compare to about this burden of a thing. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
red flags is there
Yeah.
when a child is being grown up, going to day school, school bus coming and taking your child to school, bringing them back. There's a more this thing. I don't even know there is. Maybe the child, so that the child will be reading very well, is a good part of it. But the other side of it is way more heavier to compare to the good side of it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
And
thinking.
but I feel like one of the reasons is that a lot of people went through it as well. So to them, when you're going through something, it will be paining you. But when you leave it, after a while, you forget. You tend
Forget
to glamorize your experience and start thinking of the
it.
good sides
I,
only. So I think a lot of parents just say, after all, I went to boarding school, but I did not die now. Nothing is wrong there. Even some teachers, even some school authorities, because they went to
yeah,
boarding school and they did not die, nothing happens to that. They feel like they're okay, so they don't really pay attention to those signs in the children because they're like, whatever. Me, I went through it now. They need to learn discipline. They need to learn. It's because you're not teaching it at home. Why can't you teach
yeah.
your children how to clean very well and arrange their clothes at home? That's it.
It's not fair. It's not fair actually.
Yeah.
Although people pass through it and they still survive, but that's not the the bed mark to say yes, this is a good thing, because all
Yeah.
those things have a part in that child's life. Even as an adult, some parents now the way they train their children now is as a result of what they went through during their grown
In-
up stage when they're
yes.
so they tend to have a kind of way to maybe someone had shouting, but they don't know
Mm-hmm.
that that's because of the way they were shouted when they were little. So they tend
Yeah.
to shout at their children, you are this, they start causing their children unnecessarily. Maybe pick this
Mm-hmm.
is not by they start raising all those causes because that was
Bullying their own
how
children.
that was how it affected them those days. So they feel it's
Yeah.
normal. But
Yeah.
without knowing that it's not normal. So all those things
Mm-hmm.
have negative parts. But seriously, that boarding school of a thing has caused a lot of harm. Some
Yeah.
have lost their lives.
Yeah.
Parents speak up about it, but they know
Yeah.
that it affected their child. One of their child has died. But some people will not say it because it's like a disgrace. They will say like, okay, it's not people that send your children to boarding school, so why are you speaking up?
Yes.
So they will
Mm-hmm.
close. Other people are still continuing like that. Why some
Yeah.
people their own gone public, we now know about it. The one we did not know, nobody will talk about
We
it.
talk about it. Yes.
After they
Now.
tell you this is what happened to their child, we come and tell them no, it's because of boarding school. They will
Mm.
not details, but they just bury it in their mind, and
Mm-hmm.
that's
That's it.
well,
Yeah.
God will save us.
As in, God will help us.
God will help us. So, all right, I'm so
Thank
happy
you
to be
so
on your
much.
live
Yeah,
today.
thank you for
Please
calling. Thank
respect my
you.
email, oh, even though it has passed, even though it's not
Oh, you
ending at
sent me an email. Oh, I didn't even get. You sent me an email.
I sent
Eh.
you.
Okay,
Yes, but that
okay.
period was that period is like you're almost traveling that period, so there
Oh,
was
maybe
no.
that's why.
But I would love you to at least respond.
I'll check for it. Nazom's diary, right? I'll
Yes.
check for it. All right. Thank you
I'll
so much.
take videos too. Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you. My videos.
Okay, okay. I'll check. I'll check.
Okay.
All right.
Bye. Thank you so much. Greet
Bye.
Cora for me. Greet
I will.
Eva and Sophia.
Yeah, I will.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, let me add Annie or Anne. Niger's soldier's wife. Hi, beautiful lady. We're not seeing your face today. You must show your face. Oh, is she there? Niger's soldier's wife. Is she there? She's not there. Oh. Okay, let me add Valerie and we'll get back to Anne when she comes. Is Valerie there? Hello. Lolek's signature says that's probably why boarding school fee is expensive in the UK. Thank God. Yes, now it's expensive because if they have to give the children like the proper care that is necessary for them, it's going to be very, very expensive. Boarding schools are terrible, to be honest. I don't even know. I don't even know what I would say is the benefit of boarding school because at the end of the day, anything your child is learning in boarding school, you can teach your child. The independence you can teach your child. In fact, you can even teach them more at home. It is even to your own benefit. You can teach them anything you want to teach them in school, how to read, how to pay attention. It's just because many of us don't have the time. Can you people hear me? Okay. Oh, can you people hear me? What's the name of our eyeshadow palette I use? Okay, the eyeshadow palette I use is Sigma Corderosa. This is it. You can't, okay. Sigma Corderosa. So these are the colors in it. Okay, you can hear me. Okay. So these are the colors. I love this palette a lot, even though I don't use it that much. Oh. Well, I don't put too much eyeshadow, but I think I've used this well, Sha. I've used this well now. I don't do makeup that much, except only on Saturdays. That's why. So yes, a lot of parents actually don't have that time to, or don't want to have the time to take care of their children very well and teach their children. That's why I say, if some parents really know what it means to be a parent, you will not have more than two children. I'm telling you. In fact, two children is even a stress. Some people, you won't have more than one child. If you know what it takes to raise a child, that's what they call it, raising a child. Like you're supposed to teach the child everything the child needs to know, everything, like every step by step. Some things that I one day I was asking myself, why am I always saying the same thing? Eh? Every time I'm always saying the same thing. Brush your teeth in the morning. Why am I always reminding you to brush your teeth? Why am I always saying the same thing? Pack your clothes in this thing. I now reminded myself that's what it means to raise a child. If they were, if they will get those things in just one try or in just one instruction, they will not be children. So what it means to raise a child is it's basically like you're raising. So everything the child needs to know, you're going to keep saying it. If it takes you saying it 100 times before 100 times before a child will get it, then you have to say it 100 times. That's what it means to raise a child. So many of our parents or our parents left us to be raised by the streets. Many people now are leaving their children to be raised by the streets, to be raised by house help, to be raised by everybody else but yourself. That's just it. So you have to, if you want to have children and you want to raise them well, you have to take up that responsibility on your own. Let's see. I don't know if Valerie, are you here?
I'm here. Sorry, I
Yeah. Oh,
muted myself. I couldn't. I was looking for how to unmute.
okay.
Mute. Yeah. Yes, I was to say sorry that I went off.
Okay.
I put my phone somewhere that the Wi-Fi doesn't get to that
Okay.
place.
Okay.
Once I get to that place, the Wi-Fi goes a bit funny.
Mm,
But yeah, I was also I wanted to say about what the other lady was saying. I didn't catch her name. The lady that was in the call before I came in now.
okay.
Yeah,
Nazom's diary. Mm,
yeah. She was talking about boarding school. I 100% agree with what she was is saying. Although I was a day student, I was never in boarding school. My mom never
okay.
liked it, or it was
Mm,
something that even my dad as well, he didn't like boarding school. It was something that
mm,
I knew was never going to happen. They don't like boarding
yeah.
school. Yeah, because my dad, he stayed with his auntie, and he used to say that there's nothing like you having your own father and your mother's love. So he
Yeah.
doesn't. He said his auntie was not mean to him or anything, but he just felt a little bit different. Like he felt like if he was with his mom, it would be better. So that is
Yeah.
always one thing that is always never. But in school is a
Mm,
no go area. But what she's the points that she raised, I 100% agree with her, because although like when I was in secondary school, my mom had some family friends as well that also went to that same school I was going to, and then he what's it called? He was put into boarding school when he was in primary school. So he was like primary
Yeah.
5, primary 6. He was very stubborn. So everyone was just like, oh, put him in boarding school. He go calm down. Put him for boarding school. He will calm down. He became worse.
Your
He
prefer uncle,
became worse.
you not
He
become the
became
terrorist.
worse. As if he was terrorizing everybody. Like how many times did he get suspended? It got worse. To the point my mom was like, you go and take your child before they will, and the thing that they used to give him serious punishment. He will still go and do what is not supposed to do. He will still do it.
Mm.
It's even to the point that him that is in primary 5, he started bullying the other children that are younger than him. So like primary 3, primary
Mm.
4, primary 2. He started bullying those ones. He became worse than what he is. And to be honest, what the mom was saying that he does, I think now that I'm grown up, to be honest, it's just children thing. It's just that
Yeah.
because sometimes parents just set unrealistic goals for themselves and
Yeah.
they'll be like,
Plus,
oh,
plus the inconvenience.
exactly.
Mm.
That's why. Because to be honest, what he was doing, oh, he does not tidy up after himself. That's children. That's what
Yeah.
children do. You have to
Mm-hmm.
keep talking, talking, and talking, and talking. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody's like, God, but even as I said before, I'm a big girl. So like people, even right from time, I've always been big. They will tell my mom, when my mom was trying to like, put me in the gym or put me go and do swimming, they'll be like, put her for the body school now. Give her
Mm.
2 months, go drop everything, go drop weight.
Mm.
It's things that people always say, they're like, oh, body school, body school, body. But I just personally think body school in Nigeria, unless they want to regulate it to make it like very, I don't know, maybe good teachers and stuff. If not,
Mm.
how many things that I can remember when I was in secondary school, our head boy and head girl, they were both in boarding school. The head boy got head girl pregnant. Eh?
Wow. What a wow. They really enjoyed their reign.
Head girl is pregnant. Eh? We just started noticing that her belly was getting big. She too said she didn't even notice on time. Eh? And I think like it was a big like but the school which are proprietors. Is it proprietors they call them?
Yeah.
Proprietors, the owner of the school, they
Yeah.
tried to conceal that story. They tried their best, but it was too out there.
Mm-hmm.
It was too out there. They even tried. I heard that they tried. She tried to terminate it while she was in school. And now I'm thinking about this now. Like, how was she thinking of doing that? Like, you have to, I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah, they tried to conceal it. But things. But the school, the things that I used to happen in boarding school, they said that they used to have these social nights, and then
Yeah. Huh?
these social nights, bad things happen.
The
Bad
one that I told
things.
you guys that I saw SS3 students that went to
Good.
a our staff's son's house, like the staff's house actually, but staff was not
Yeah.
around. I say boys, men, not even boys. Like okay, let's say boys, but they are university boys, right? Or older boys, way older, not secondary school boys.
Mm-hmm.
They were there pressing these girls,
Mm-hmm.
pressing them in the name of dancing,
Yeah.
pressing. Some more things even happened that we couldn't see because this pressing I'm talking about is that we were outside when we were peeping because we didn't have water. And we didn't have food and we were waiting for our social prefect to come and talk about for something. I can't remember what it was. So we were outside peeping inside. They now put off all the lights. What will happen when they put off light? Hmm.
The things that happen in body school, you don't want to even hear about it. Many things used to happen.
Mm-hmm.
There was this time, I covered this girl that came to started living because in our neighborhood and stuff like that. She was
Mm.
telling me like she has an addiction. I was like, oh, what addiction? She was like, oh, that when she was in primary 5, they'll be using her to like they used to do like lesbianism and stuff. So now she's like addicted to it. Like if she doesn't do it, she cannot. This she's trying her best. That was the reason why her mom took her out of because they caught them. That's why the mom took her from the boarding school. And I was just like, me, I was I always knew that I was not going to put my kids in boarding school. That was
Yeah.
for sure. I was like, I go board with I feel look after. Make we date there, all
Yeah.
of us. At least when I said I can see you. Not
Yeah.
that you are no. Even till now,
I
my son is 2. He's 2 years. My first son is 2 years.
mm,
He has never gone to nursery. He's with me. I'm tired. I know he's stressed
mm,
and everything, but he's with me. Let me see because he's not talking yet. If anything can happen in
mm,
nursery, he won't be able to tell me that, come on, this is what is
yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And you know, I heard that this lesbianism thing. Sorry, baby. I heard that it was worse because in my school it wasn't that bad though. I know there were just here and there of girls that were lesbian, but it wasn't like so serious. I think because we had boys in our school, even though they were day students, right? It wasn't that bad. But I heard that there are some schools that it was a norm. Like almost all the girls that went to those schools
Yes,
turned
yes.
out that engaged in it in one way or
Mm-hmm.
the other. And
Yes.
I'm like, oh man, that means our own self. Now only beating we know, only punishment and fights.
The kind of things I was hearing
Have been
that the
worse.
like some of the boarding school students used to do. So like this lesbian thing,
Mm.
almost, it was
No.
shocking me. I was like, what was all this? I, I used to just that school made me because my mom was a very good parent. Like she
Mm.
taught us really well. Like to be honest, although she was a bit harsh, she's really harsh, but
Yeah.
some things that she taught us was good.
Normal,
And
normal.
some things she was very harsh on. My mom was harsh,
Mm.
but some things that she taught us, like I knew at a young age, it was from school that made me know it. Because
Mm.
it's not that it was my mom. Like some things I
Yeah.
knew at a very, very young age. It was
Yeah.
because of school, because
School.
of this body. It's always body house students. But
Yes.
when we're coming in, they'll tell us, oh my
Because
God, this
there's
is what
more
is
time
happening.
now. There's more time
Mm,
to learn rubbish. It's not like this and after school, after classes, everybody will go home. So you will learn, but not that much. But you see, body when there's
much.
more time, you're spending time nights, even
Yeah, this student, I remember this junior, she was saying that this student every night would to tell them not to open their eyes. She'll come to she'll tell them to be doing stuff to her, be putting her fingers. I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, please don't tell me. Yeah, I used to get scared a lot. I'm like, what kind of wala is all this one? Like, when I was younger, I used to be like, no, this is not possible. How can someone be doing that?
hmm.
But now, it's not
Very,
making
very
sense.
yes,
I'm like,
very, very possible, my dear.
oh, this is what. And sometimes they don't, we're all young, 11, 10 year old, 11 years. They will
Mm-hmm.
say the thing. We cannot actually pick points that this is
Yes.
what is happening because
Mm-hmm.
we're young. We're very
Yeah.
naive. We don't know what is going on.
Yeah.
Like if my son now come and tells me that kind of thing, like mommy, one senior used to do like that, I know the way I will run. But
Uh-huh.
it didn't make sense to us. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense. And some of the teachers as well. I can remember they were saying that the teachers, the schoolmaster, they said he used to sleep with one of the seniors.
Yes.
So they should
It
talk
happened a lot
anything.
too. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what is going on? But it's now that when I see some stories going on, I'm like, but this thing has been happening a long time ago.
Yes.
As I'm coming, I'm talking on the
Mm.
phone. 1 second. I, it's been happening a long time ago. It's not something new. It's not
Mm-hmm.
something new.
Yeah.
They need to do something. Is it that Minister of Education comes in or something? Because people's life are being damaged. That's why we're having rough teenagers everywhere. You see a 15-year-old will kill someone because of all
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Let's make a change.
I think the
Make a
change has to
change.
start from everywhere, both the authorities, the parents, the teachers. Like
Parents, everything.
it's an all-round thing. You can't just do one side because if you do one side and the other part is still failing, it will still end up in the same result.
Sure.
But anyway, thank
Sure.
you so much,
No
Valerie.
worries. No worries. Take
Anne has
care.
been waiting, waiting,
I
waiting.
know your makeup is so nice. I was gonna say as
Thank
well.
you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, take
Bye.
care. Bye. Hi, Anne. I've been seeing you waiting. I was like,
Yeah.
hey, let's do
Hey,
fast. So. I added you before, but we were not hearing you.
my network was just going off, and at that
Okay.
point, I've been on the line for close to these 2 hours. So I was just wondering
Okay.
why that was. We're
Okay.
here.
Okay. How are you?
Fine, how are you? It's
I'm
and
fine.
everybody.
Everybody's
Oh,
fine.
that's so.
Yeah.
This talk about bullying, right? I have
Mm,
experience. Will I say on both sides?
okay.
Because I went to all girls Catholic school. For 6 years, I begged my mom, I begged her to change school. But I think it was just convenient for her because I think then my mother's career was just picking up. And I was
Mm.
the last between me, that's like 8 years. So it's like
Ah,
the baby that just came out of the blue to come and scatter everything.
as
There's no way. I feel for her and I feel for her because both my parents were living in two different states. So
yeah,
the bulk of, will I say, childcare was on her. So what was I
yeah,
really? But I think when
mm,
I first well, there was bullying, a lot of it from the teachers first, because actually, like you said, these are kids in quote trying to raise fellow kids,
kids,
but it's
yeah,
from teachers. I remember they would give us corporate punishment as if we were like criminals. There was one
Mm-hmm.
time one of the teachers told us, I think somebody went to her office, picked up her assignment, and changed something. She found out that somebody did something in our class. And this lady from like second floor, she told all of us to crawl down the stairs, then follow the road that had like gravels, crawl all the way to the network has started, Abby, and
Uh,
crawl back to our in another block, right?
hmm.
So a lot of people were seeing that the Reverend Sisters will flog us blue black. Just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. So it first starts with even the adults in the setting.
Yeah.
Because if they have a bullying policy for everybody, then maybe that would help. But if the adults are also bullying, because it's bullying the younger
Yeah.
ones, sometimes they'll make snide remarks at us. The male teachers will make remarks about girls' breasts, bum bum.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What are you
Unnecessary. Unnecessary.
confident? Yes, there's now. I think what I really want to talk about today is the licensed bullies. That's the prefects, which I
Yeah.
fell under. Sort of when prefects, especially because I was a
Ah,
sanitary
now,
prefect,
now,
and
now,
then
now.
labor.
If I
No,
don't want
it's
to
as
deal with
if
children
sort of
anyway. Ah, this network, mind
this
yourself.
network.
Mind yourself. This that we're about to hear, please.
Network. What is happening to this my network today?
Hi, Steel Chiefs. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you so much. Annie, I hope your Annie's network, please, oh, you have to come back, oh. My parents never let me go to boarding school, even though I cried. Now hearing all these stories, I'm thankful. You are lucky. Seriously, you are lucky you didn't go. Because some people have irreparable damage from secondary from boarding school. Irreparable damage. I'm talking about mostly emotional, mental damage that's been people are still carrying around because of secondary school bullying and the nonsense that they experienced in university in boarding school. Do you know how many people got exposed to porn in boarding school that are still dealing with it till today? So many things, even abuse, even what they call the name, um not just abuse, like sexual assaults, let me put it that way. Just assault, not like prolonged abuse, but just short-term sexual assaults, like serious ones. Many people dealt with it in boarding school. Then those ones that are even in a combined, okay, Anne is back. Those ones that are even in combined boarding schools, you can imagine. So I don't know. Anyway, I want to slice it, it doesn't sound like a good idea. This food that you're cooking, all of us must chop it though. You must send our own. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? This network today wants to disgrace me.
Yeah, I
Are
can
you
hear
with
you.
me?
Yeah. Hi, Suti. Suti is here. Oh. Suti, hi.
Let me see. Maybe I'll change where I
Yeah.
am.
Suti said boarding school was the devil's playground. I'm telling you. The devil was just
Hello, is it
enjoying
better?
himself.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. But it's like it's breaking.
Okay, you can hear me now. Just let me come outside my house.
Yeah.
Maybe it will be better. So I said, okay,
Yeah.
there's also will I say the licensed bullies,
Yeah.
right? Because when you have like certain
Oh, Anne, this your network today. Let me remove her and add her back. Then hopefully it would wait, let me can I remove her and add her back? Yeah, this network. Once it comes back, just join again. I'll definitely add you. Oh my god, the teacher part. Yes, teachers were actually bullies. Oh. Let's not even teachers were bullies, teachers were assaulting students. I remembered a teacher. Hey, there's this guy. They're different. There are many of them. What am I even saying? There are many of them, but there's a particular one that most people hated. So okay, so let me put it this way. There's one Yoruba teacher. We used to call him Omo Yoruba. Omo Yoruba zone is that if you're making noise in your class, and he comes to your class, just know that all of you are going to collect, right? He'll be shouting, sleep, sleep. So when he means sleep is that you put your head down on your table like this and sleep in quotes, right? He will now come to your back with one very long cane like this and be flogging all your backs. My back is even doing me somehow as I'm remembering this thing. When he tells you sleep, sleep, you just be hearing his voice, and his voice kind of cracked. So he says, sleep, sleep. Everybody will now put their head down. He'll be flogging your back. Sometimes he might miss you, Sha. And that one I used to be like, thank God. Like if there's a way you will cover your body like this, he will mistakenly flog the person beside you and he'll move on ahead. But most times, most people will collect, will be flogging your back. Why are you flogging children like cows? Why are you flogging human beings like cows? But his own is even understandable because his own, he did it for a reason. You guys are making noise, right? But there's this other guy, let me not call his name, Sha, because it's the only way I can refer to him is his actual name. So let me not call him. This one is the man was a bully. People hated him. People hated his children. It's the staff I even said that. Hey, that's another funny part. It's the staff that I said that his son organized a party and people were pressing each other there. Like seniors were pressing, or boys were pressing seniors there, right? This man now was so disciplined, or disciplined in quotes. If he's working on although there's some things he did that he actually learned from, right? So you must always walk on your left, or is it right? You must always walk on the left, I think. I don't even know which way, but if I'm walking, I'll know which way. You must always walk on your left, I think, right? So if he's coming and you're mistakenly coming in front of him, the flogging this man will give you. Oh, the flogging this man will give you for just walking on the same path with him. Like you must walk on your left. Like the flogging this man will give you. Maybe your tie, then our ties, they introduced this new law that your tie should have stripes that will show the number of, that is, you show your class. So if you're SS1, you have one stripe. If you're SS2, you have two stripes. If you're SS3, you have three stripes. And they just introduced it, right? So before many students change their uniforms or anything, if your tie does not have stripes, the flogging this man will give you, you will think that you stole everybody's money in that school. That's the kind of flogging you will receive because your tie does not have the stripes that you're supposed to have, right? So what we used to do now, because you won't can throw your uniforms away now. What we used to do then was we'll now carry white paper and put on your uniform until we now went home, and then our parents now sewed either new uniforms for us or sewed the stripes on our uniforms. But it was bad. And it's back. I hope our network will work well this time. Welcome back.
Talk faster. Maybe the
Yeah.
network. Or talking about the licensed bullies as well.
Yeah.
As if you are licensed to discipline your fellow students, right?
Yeah.
And I think for me at the time, I understood the consequences because as kids, I think I made a comment earlier in the live say that I think that bullying is born out of two things. One, foolishness abounds in the hearts of children, and then three is also them picking up similar actions that they've seen adults do, or in quotes even permitted to do. Now, personality also maybe a third, because some people are just aggressive and they need a lot of will I say parental help when it comes to channeling their emotions, right?
Yeah.
But for me at that point in time, I think I was a sanctuary prefer for like a year. On my own, I was okay. Like I used to stay out of trouble. I didn't used to make anybody wash my clothes or do anything. On my own, I was fine. Then they now came and gave me sanitary prefects. And and that is so, like, you are now expected to look harsh and be harsh, right?
Yeah.
Even though
Because if not, students will not obey you. Let's not even deceive ourselves.
exactly.
You know, students will not. They will. In fact, students can be mean too. Like the junior ones, they will show you pepper if you're not like that. Yeah.
So do I feel bad for some of those actions right now? Sometimes I think about it and I'm like, okay, because teachers will flog with hunger. So you're expected that when people don't do their work, like for me, it was just in your palm, right? But still, you're flogging another person's child with hunger. But this is like years later, when you're thinking about these things and you're seeing that is the environment, is the thing that is allowed. It's sort of like they report you as a prefect that you are not doing well. People, the school is not clean. At least for me, was that the school is not clean. Then you get a lot of bashing. You might even be punished for that. So it's like, before they punish me, I'm going to kill people first.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
I didn't go home to talk to my parents about any of this. Bottom line is, I don't think my children will go to boarding house. I just think it's totally uncalled for. There's no
Yeah.
money I'm going to look for in this life that will make me take them to boarding house.
Yeah.
Or just help us, because these are kids raising fellow kids.
Mm-hmm.
We can't
Yeah.
let that. I mean, these two girls' cases, yes, you mentioned it. It's their image. They can change. I think
Yeah.
now I'm the most loving person. Before I
Mm-hmm.
even child, my own son, every day I'm like, okay, Bobo, I'm sorry, I'll not shout at you again. I will not do this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But then if somebody probably had a video at the time of
Yeah.
people that I flogged or people that I punished because they didn't do their work,
Mm-hmm.
then I would be cancelled for life.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
I
So
don't know.
that was actually my main issue with that whole thing. I'm like, oh, she's even off again. I was like, no, these are children. These are children. They are going to change. Definitely. Especially now that the thing is even out there, they will now change by force. And then, but they still have their image out there. Hi, Soti, Soti Mama, Soti Special, Soti
Oh,
Sprinkle.
you are
Soti
the best for
Light.
you. Let me
I
just
know. Please just pretend for this
let
video.
me
Let's
let me
act
just.
like nothing happened.
Hi guys, hi. This topic
How
is
are you?
personal to me because
Yeah.
I even did a video. I don't know if you saw it. I talked about
Okay.
it. First of all, there's a culture of bullying in Nigeria. It's not
Yeah.
even just
Not even
secondary
just
school.
schools.
I don't even know where you guys have gone. Like I was just coming back from the market. Let me show you
Okay.
what you can see so you guys can see. Pepper
Ooh.
soup.
What kind of long throat thing are you eating to us this morning? Did you ask for this?
I should be vlogging over, but I don't have strength. I am
Did
porridge. I'm just recovering. Anyway, Sha, there's a bullying culture. How we treat helps, how we treat
Mhm.
waiters, security man. They call them animal, bloody food. The way we speak generally in Nigeria,
Even in churches.
everything. In
Mm-hmm.
churches, when the pastor wants to discipline you, when they want to, what do they call that thing? What's the Christian language? I forgot
Is
it
it
now.
admonish?
No, something like that. I
Mm.
remember. I remember it, but everything is out of oppression, suppressing the person
Mm-hmm.
that cannot speak, and things like that. So, generally speaking, I saw what they did, but I was like, why are we shouting like we don't know that this is what has been happening? Correct
Mm-hmm.
them on, call it out, but don't pretend like just yesterday you did not shout for your staff, or
Mm-hmm.
just the other day you did not go on somebody's Instagram page and troll the person and claim that
Oh,
money.
thank
You understand?
you.
There is cyberbullying. All these
Mm-hmm.
celebrities that you think that they don't have, what do they call it? That you think that they don't have, what's the word?
They're not human. They
They're
don't have
just celebs
emotions.
now, so they don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything to them. You are still bullying them. All of us are bullying them. So let's just stop pretending.
Yeah.
I see that secondary school thing here. I don't know. When I say it's the devil's playground, when I think about some of the things that these kids were doing, it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
make sense that children were capable of such evil.
Thank you.
It does not make
Yeah.
sense. Like when I was saying in my video, I even said that at a point when we now became seniors, we self now became some of the bullies. Like because it's what you saw. It gave you street cred, it gave you rep. That
Yeah.
people are afraid of you. When you're
It's
coming
how
out,
it's how you were raised in quotes because it's other
you
students that
understand?
raised you. So yeah, it's what you
Yes,
know. Mm-hmm.
exactly. Like Osinior Sote is coming. People are running to kick
Mm-hmm.
because they don't want to. And you'll be feeling proud. Oh my God, I have levels. I have this. You are like bloody bully. I didn't know. A lot of us didn't even know what we're doing till later.
Mm-hmm.
Even when we're talking about the bullying we experience. Sorry, I'm sweating. Kitchen is hot.
Mm-hmm.
Even the bullying we experienced, we didn't even realize that it was trauma because a lot
Yeah.
of us were even kind of low-key praising it. I went through
Mm.
this, I did this, this is how
Yes.
it is. Don't worry, my
Mm-hmm.
children. That's how I came out tough. That's how
Mm-hmm.
I came out like this because of what I endured. Oh no, we
Mm-hmm.
are damaged. We are
I'm
literally,
telling you,
literally
you see
damaged.
seniors telling juniors that during my time, my senior used to do this one to me. Is it ordinary kneeling down on gravel that you're complaining about? Me,
Exactly.
I used to carry this one on my head. Like, is it something to be proud about? Is it something to be proud of?
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly. And the teachers that were supposed to protect us, some of the students were bullying teachers in my school. Oh.
imagine.
Like some teachers don't have levels. They will go. There was a boy that peed inside the teacher's house, like his quarters, because the teacher called him out during assembly, things like that. They would like, man, I said what I mean, hardened criminals in secondary school, and
But
you're like,
I
how?
noticed that it's usually worse in schools where boys borders in your school.
Yes, it was both
Yeah, I
boys
noticed
and
that
girls, but my school was separate. in the sense that
Mm.
boys were in one side, girls were in one side. So boys bullying was incredible. Like when I mean it was bad, it was
Yeah.
bad.
And boys usually go against teachers more than girls.
Yes,
I
yes,
noticed
exactly.
boys
Yeah,
they fight everybody. Girls on we just
yes. They
it
don't
trickle down.
send.
It trickles
Yes,
down to
exactly.
girls. Yeah, but for boys,
Exactly.
everybody will collect.
Mm-hmm. And it was just their fellow, like, all those jealousy. Oh, a senior boy likes you and doesn't like his fellow classmate. Next thing, girls are found so some of the most minute things.
Big things.
Man, it wasn't easy. It's not easy. So I don't know how we can correct. It's not like day school is even perfect as well because
Yeah, yeah.
things happen there as well. So it's the culture of abuse
Mm-hmm.
and violence, even the way we discipline our kids. Do you
Mm-hmm.
get the way we are spanking and beating and all of those things we do to our kids? I think it's still low key bullying because they will do it to their siblings and do it to other people.
Yeah.
I think it's okay that you're hitting the person, this
Mm.
kind of thing. But it's a big topic, it's a big issue. My sister is a
It's
big
very,
issue.
very broad. Very, very broad. Because
No.
I even saw I said I'll go to that maybe another next week or something, or another week. We'll talk about the house help issue. 'Cause I even watched your video on it.
Hmm.
And I was like,
One just left today. This morning. And her mom was
imagine.
crying, begging that she should not come back home. That she doesn't have how to take care of her. That she please forgive. I said, I'm forgiving her, but your daughter herself wants to go. She already made plans that, she's living here and going to Lagos to go and make money. I said that she wants to open hairdressing shop. I said, with how much? Do you know what? To even go to Lagos, the transport you pay your
Yeah.
money.
But do you know what I've realized there? Not I've realized. I think some things that happened recently even made me realize that as well. Some of those plans they're telling you they don't have plans of that. They want to just go and low-key do
Find man,
prostitution.
now man.
Find man,
Now find.
yes. I'm telling
People they
you.
pass
All
me.
those things, they just say those things so that it will sound like okay, they had a plan, even if it's a foolish plan, but they had a plan. They don't have
Yes.
that plan. What they want is man. They just want man. They want freedom. They want freedom to be doing what they want
Yes.
to do. So that's
Exactly.
just it.
As they are seeing
So
you in your home, you do your own date night, do your lovely dovey, they're
uh-huh.
like, so you don't want to allow me to
So
do my own.
so when it comes to even bullying with house helps, yes, a lot of parents, a lot of people bully their house helps, right? But one thing I wanted to point out in that your video is that a lot of people that bully their house helps don't leave. They
Mm.
don't leave, they stay. It's us that used to treat nicely that they used to leave because it's like,
Uh-uh.
wow, like, what the hell? What the hell? What's this? Is those ones that used to deal with them, they don't leave. So when people say, the reason why she wants to leave is because she doesn't feel welcome, is a lie. She wants to leave because she feels like she sees that life is sweet. So she thinks that life is sweeter outside. But
Exactly.
the ones that are being oppressed, they stay. In fact, now you go, they pursue them, they will not go. They stay in the oppression and they receive it. So let's forget that gist, I beg.
The house help situation, somebody was saying,
Mhm.
get an older person. As if you know what other people do to you.
Yeah.
Your house, you can't even have a voice. You can't say
Other
anything.
other people will come and take over your house now.
You
That
will
one
be their
is
mommy. You'll be saying, yes, ma, yes, yes. I beg.
at the end of the
Wait,
day, at the end of the day, I just realized I see having children. That's why I said now that I'm looking at it, if you have more than one child there, you are in for it. Even one
see,
child is a lot. If
me
you have
that
more than
wanted
one
6 children when I was getting married.
child,
6. I was really saying I want a big family, so
hmm,
we'll play, we'll grow up together. Nah, sis, it's not this 6. It's not this
hmm.
6. Maybe
Serious.
one more, if any, but I know they do again. Thank
Mm-hmm.
God.
Yeah, no, seriously, because it takes a lot to raise a child. It takes a lot, both
So much.
physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. It
Yeah,
takes a lot.
yeah, so much.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
much.
so, no, you're still on. No, maybe you can't hear.
Oh, I'm hearing you. I was just
Okay.
looking at the comments. Somebody said hi, Suits. Okay, hey. Sorry, you guys. I'm sweating seriously. Hi.
Why assume they want men? I think it is freedom, helps desire. Let's
Why
be
didn't they
kind
get
to
freedom from
remember.
their parents?
My own is this, why I'm telling you that it is men, why I put it to you that it is men, is that a lot of them, well, some don't have freedom. Those ones are different. I'm talking from personal experience. I don't want to go deep. When I maybe one day, if I come and give you guys my gist, you people, your jaw will drop to the ground. Many of them have freedom, right? To do normal things. What else do you want? Well, it's like now saying some people have jobs, right?
Yeah.
What I'm saying, most people have, all of us have jobs, right?
Mm.
You do now say I'll resign from my job because I want freedom. Even if you resign from your job and start doing your own business, you are still not free. You are still tied to delivering for somebody to pay you. So you are tied to that money that you are that money you can't get freedom from money because you need it, right?
Yeah.
But many of them, what they want is they want to be able to go and have freedom to be with man. That's just what they
Yeah.
are looking at, is the extra thing. Let's forget about what do you think is man. It is always man, because when they leave your house, the first thing that, in fact, people that most times help them to leave is usually men. You hardly see
Yes.
them say, "Oh, what my auntie in Lagos wants to help me." No, it's a man that they're not even related to, that is calling them and telling
Yes.
them to come. So it's usually man, my
It
dear.
has
Let's,
happened now. The one that was in my mom's house, when she was leaving, my mom was handing her over to her sister. Not her sister, like her cousin that brought her. Later, when she left the house, so the cousin called and started telling my mom that the girl was fighting her at the park, that she refused to enter the bus. That no,
thank
there's
you.
somewhere she's going. It was a man's house. She followed her to the house. It was a man's
Uh-huh.
house. So
Uh-huh.
all this one, I'm leaving to go and do school. I'm leaving to go and, now, man.
Mhm.
The one,
Mhm.
another one left. The family brought her back, and they forced her to get pregnant. That, oh, she's the first daughter. She cannot leave. She must get
Imagine.
pregnant and have children for them. Somebody that they are paying her education, doing everything. So you see, this matter, a man. Forget.
It's man
Even
most times.
one that we grew up with, Rosemary, I can't forget her. She said that she wanted to learn tailoring, so she was leaving the house every day. Like she would do her chores in the morning and leave the
Mm,
house. Later on, Rosemary started getting sick and
mhm.
depreciate. I was it emaciate. Oh, she started becoming skinny. They had to do tests later. First of all, they saw TB. How did she get
Mhm.
TB? Where are you going that you're getting TB? Next thing it was AIDS. As it even bypassed HIV. She died. By the time
Imagine.
I came out from boarding school, she had died. I'm telling you. That the waka going outside every time because of man. They think, oh, you find a man, you get married. When you advise and say life is not as you seem, it's like as if you're trying to deprive them of their
Yes,
own joy, their happiness.
because you are
But my
selfish. You
question
want them to
is,
be stuck to you.
yes, why did you have that same joy inside your father's house?
Thank you.
It's my house, I want to
Exactly.
use and explore.
And
So that
do
they
you
want to
know,
say what?
there's one that I know that they put the girl inside bus, right? Shebi, you want to go home? Oh, you know what? I'll be going to your house. Nobody's holding me. I always tell people that I don't beg anybody to stay in my house because I know what you're getting from me. So no, like you gain more from me than I gain from you. That's just the truth. Anyway, but this is another person's story. It's not even someone I lived with. Before people think it's someone I lived. It's not someone I lived with, sha, but the girl said she wanted to go home.
Listen, they go do analysis.
My dear, not someone I lived with,
I'm
please.
lazy space sailor.
They put her inside bus for her to go home. You want to go home, Abi? The moment the person left, she wanted to come down from the bus and
Mm.
go.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, the person that put her in the bus gave the bus driver money and said, "Oh, my sister is here, or like if anything, just call me." Give the guy a number. So the guy now
Mm-hmm.
called her and said, "Your sister wants to leave. Oh, we've not yet left the park. Your sister wants to leave." That was how that person now rushed back and now met her there. What happened? A man told her to come down. That is one of her people. She had a secret phone. She was communicating with the man. For she wanted to come down and run away with a stranger. It's not about to go to. Okay, you want to run away with a stranger, Abi? Go back to your father's house first. Then from your father's house, run away. Why don't you put me in trouble? So they will now say that
You have used that for ritual.
go to your father's house. Then from there you can run away. You are free. But no, you want to intercept the whole thing. From you want to. In fact, see, don't worry. We'll enter that this another day, Sha, because it's both ways. It's both ways. But
What I'm saying with my eyes,
my
you
dear,
can't even understand. I said
it's
one even met my colleague on the road, started crying that she wants to come back. And I told my colleague everything that she did before she left. Say, that person is possessed. I say possession
mhm.
is even a. You even met the girl now. That one that's always having mood swings.
Yes, I remember
Yes.
Hannah. That
She
we
started
I
crying
used to
that she
ask
wants to come
myself
back.
that I think everyone said, "How are you coping with this kind of girl?" Because her face
Okay,
alone,
now.
her face alone, it's almost like when somebody enters and your spirit is down. How did you live with that
Mm-hmm.
kind of person? I don't feel to because
Hmm.
you will kill my spirit.
Exactly.
Someone said I was very
Exactly.
okay with my health having a boyfriend. It's part of my questions. You will give me number. Yes, exactly. If you say you don't have, I always consider if to work with you or no. Yes. So that's why I said that it's not even just normal.
They're not
They want
stopping anybody
they
from,
want to
especially when
marry.
they are older.
Yeah,
If they are above like 20, 21.
exactly.
Okay. I mean, I think
Mhm.
one even actually said that she had a boyfriend. So I was like, okay, cool. Where does he stay? She said, I can't remember where she stayed. So it was when my husband now came and did interview for that interview. What does your boyfriend do? He's into oil bunkering.
You know
Um,
them. No, they
I
don't
need
know
to
how
write
bad
it.
that thing is. So that's why they should say it out. They don't know how bad it is.
I say you are dating a criminal and you want to be going and coming. Say every month you go and be visiting him. I
Mm.
say my yard. I beg. I say don't worry. I'm okay. I'm very content. My children, don't worry, we don't need you. Oh my goodness, I've seen
Someone
some
said
things.
one of my mom's house help wanted to say, "Oh, you guys, I don't want to go to house help gist too much now. Let's use another
Sorry,
life,
sorry,
another life,
sorry.
another life, please. Let's not enter house help gist, please. Just save your gist until then, because that one is going to be very interesting." But yeah, John, about this bullying thing, how do we solve it? How do we help children? How do we
I
fix
think
it?
it's just to teach kids, and we should reorient ourselves even the
Yeah,
kind of punishment. Because sometimes too, I catch myself like, when you yell at your kids, or I'm like, what am I
yeah,
teaching her? Because yes, I'm yelling because she's doing something wrong and I'm trying to correct. But what the repercussion for me is, I see her yelling at her sister, and you can't even
thank
shout too
you.
much because she's literally copying what you did.
It did exactly.
You get
I think that's where it shocks me sometimes. I'm like, I need to change. If I hear
exactly.
sometimes when I hear Cora, because her children, her sisters can be annoying, I know.
That's me.
But when I hear her yelling at them and the way she yells and the things she says,
It's
almost word for
exactly
word,
what you are saying.
and I'm like, okay.
Even Jasmine, when she's trying to correct the helps, there was one part, the one that left was always fighting with Jasmine. And now I realized what was happening. Jasmine was, the way I would speak to her when she messes up, Jasmine was doing the same thing. And after
Mm-hmm.
Jasmine saying, my friend, what are you doing? I say, Jasmine, they go panel beat.
I'll do that. Who's your friend?
I say, please. She now came and say, Ma, this thing Jasmine did. I don't know, this thing, she was not vibrating. I say, no verse, okay? Don't be angry. Don't
That's
be
it.
angry.
Another thing I wanted to mention, I just saw it now. You guys, this live is almost 2 hours. So people are not even dropping a super chat for me. Encourage me now, because this is not
Get
my
the
mouth.
super chat.
My mouth is paining me. Anyway, I talk about sex education, right? Do you know what percentage of us learned about sex from boarding school? Like our parents not even teach us anything. It's boarding school that we were learning rubbish, hearing rubbish, watching rubbish, looking at. My first introduction to any kind of porn was in secondary school, where a girl brought a magazine. That was my first time. I think it was in JS3 or so. That was my first time. And I was like looking at this, I was like, what is happening here? Then we are
At
still
that,
younger.
I
It was
saw
just
abortion with my two eyes in GS1. Hunger, hunger.
how do you know what they are bringing out?
Do you understand? That the girl nearly died. I don't even know what happened to
How
her
do they know
after
what they are?
that.
My tongue is doing me one kind now.
They were putting this iron hanger that dry cleaners use. They twisted it, put it inside.
What do they know that they are bringing out? That means someone can just destroy womb just like that, too.
I say you just be there. You don't know what happened. They were going inside gutter because our school was big. I went to Bell's Water to tell you how big the school was. At that time, they had only primary, secondary. They were able to build university inside that compound. So
Hmm.
imagine how big it
How
was.
big, yeah.
Students going, security guards, climbing fence, doing things. It wasn't easy.
Hey,
It was something else. It
hey.
was something else.
That abortion one is even the one that I don't even, okay. How did they even confirm that she was pregnant for sure? For sure.
I say we saw what was happening. Now chased all of us out because we were the one trying to bring bucket of water. So I don't know the outcome. I don't know what ended up happening, but that was what we were seeing. We were seeing there was so much rape, assault. One of our intro tech teacher married one of the students. Married.
Hmm.
He taught her in GS3. By the time she reached SS Words, before you know it, as she graduated, next thing we heard, Mr. I've forgotten his name, has married one of the students from school.
What?
What's
God, I
that?
beg.
Still not
But why is
bullying.
there always into tech teachers, Sha? Because I remember into
Intro
tech
tech
teachers,
teachers are weird as hell,
like
man.
yes, I remember our own too. That one used to press girls' breast too much, and they used to start talk about it.
What of
The
coppers
man
that will
is
come
dead
to
now.
school?
Ah,
Coppers that will not teach anything. You give us expo.
do you
Them
know?
now be
Do you
romancing
know?
girls.
Recently, I was looking back. I was like, Omo, I was naive. Oh. I remember that there was a girl in my class then that we were friends with, that was friends with a copper, right? And that copper was lodged in school. So every time she will carry us, all of me too, I will follow. She will carry us to his house. She will give us snacks. Then we'll watch movies, and then we'll go home. It was just recently. I don't even know how the gist just entered my head. I'm like, wait. What kind of friendship did they have that a copper had with a student? I was in JS3. What kind of new friendship was that? But me, I was following for free snacks and
We're so naive. We're
as
so
in,
naive. Let me
it's
tell
not. I
you.
was thinking back. I was like, oh, more as young as JS3, they're already doing
Hmm.
things with copper, or copper is already doing things with you because we were innocent. Ha.
I said a
Okay.
lot of us, the reason why we do not even do well in WAEC is because the copper was teaching SS2, SS3. First of all, he was using provision because our school be allowed provision. So there were people that smuggled in cash, we give him money to buy things from there.
Mm.
That's how their romance used to start. What was that
Imagine.
boy's name? I can't even remember. I said he will come and say, make sure that you don't answer all the questions correctly. He'll give us the answer. Like fail two or
Mm.
three deliberately. Don't answer like this, just like copper. The whole math, he was teaching math and I think math and biology or something. He was giving us answer from beginning to end.
Imagine.
Imagine.
When you now
And
get to
because of that
real
time,
exam.
no reels was popping. Because of no reels, they are selling your virginity. Because of no reels, no reels. I remember no reels. No reels was the intake. I say people used to trade their birthright for no reels then. You see no reels, somebody would get I was able to hustle no reels. Oh my goodness.
What's even making me
God I
laugh now
beg.
is so
God
when
I
you're
beg.
telling your this virgin, your story of being this virgin or
No
something.
reels. No reels that tastes like powder.
I see there.
I
Oh
beg.
man, it's not funny.
Let
Oh,
me
it's
let me
not.
finish cooking there. I
All
enjoyed it.
right. I'm
I'll
even going to
continue.
end the live now, Sam. I've tried.
Okay. All right.
All
Bye
right.
guys.
Take care. Bye. Ah, you guys, this was interesting. But yeah, that's just life for everybody, every parent. Now, anybody here, better whether you're a parent or a prospective parent, or you're an auntie, you are looking to, you don't want to have kids, but you're an auntie, you have people around you that have children. Please share this message. Talk to them. Talk to their parents. Boarding school is not the way forward, okay? Even if you're going to put your child in boarding school, then make sure you are very, very vigilant. You are ultra vigilant. You're the kind of person that nothing goes by you. Because that's what helped me. Even when I was in boarding school, my mom used to show up anyhow now. Anyhow, my mom used to show up. There was one day, that reminds me, there was one day I was in boarding school. I fell ill. I was shivering, and I was just in class shivering, right? And nobody did anything about it. They just told me, oh, go to the sick bay now, go to the sick bay. I think I eventually went to sick bay. I went to sick bay. They just gave me malaria. I was shivering. I mean, they gave me paracetamol and I was shivering. That day, my mom came to school to come and drop my brother's drawing board and T-square because my brother left it at home. And my mom used to do extra. She was too extra. Like normal parents will leave the child now. Tomorrow, when you come back home, or this evening when you come back home, you will see yourself. But my mom was like, no, that day was his intro tech, so he needs it. And I brought it to school to give my elder brother. That was how my mom came to my class to look for me. They thought I was in the sick bay. Came to sick bay, saw me, carries me from the sick bay, went to proper hospital. Then I told her that if she hadn't brought me to the hospital, I might have convulsed because I had one malaria, one thing, and coupled with the fact that I was shivering that badly, that I would have convulsed. Like I was on the verge of convulsing in that school. So imagine my mom did not come to school that day. It's almost like God was prompting her to just carry that T-square to school, right? So you have to be a very, very, very vigilant parent if you want your children to be in boarding school. Yes, there are some good things they learn there, but I feel like they can learn those things at home. They make good friends too there, but they can make good friends anywhere. But some of the friends that I really made Ness is actually one of them. One of those people that will I say they are being friends with them kind of shaped a part of my life somehow. Nessa is one of those people because the way she is now, very diligent. She was like that in school. Oh. She was like that in school. I remember then when I'm not even sure she'll remember it. I remember then she can write notes. No, I'm sure she remembers it now. She can write notes. Her handwriting was so fine, and she used to copy notes for us on the board, right? So being friends with someone like that made me a little bit more serious with my academics. So yes, there's some positives that can come out of it, but the net positives outweigh the negative. Well, how do they even say that themselves? The negatives outweigh the positives. Yeah. But anyway, you guys, I want to end this live here. I have tried so much. Thank you so much, Still Chips. I still have 3 more videos to film. Oh. So my day has not even it's not even close to end it. I need to go and take a break first, catch my breath, and then come back and start filming. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining this live today. If I'm going to film more videos next week, I will also do another live because I like it. It's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone, doing my makeup while chatting with you guys and putting out a video for you guys as well. So if I am in a good mood next week or I want to film next week, then I'll do it again and then we'll talk about house helps because there's a lot to talk about when it comes to house helps, both having house helps, both what we do to them and what they do to us. Okay, it's not one-sided. Like they deal with us too, even though many people too deal with their house helps. But yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Annie, for joining. Nazom, Valerie, Soti, everyone who joined. Thank you guys so much. And those of you who are commenting, liking, sharing, I appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you, and I'll see you all in my next video. Yes, my makeup is fine. Thank you. Even though this makeup initially it was doing as if it was not coming together, but it did. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.